systems. Mastery over the laws of space rendered such movements as natural as breathing. His formidable perception, coupled with intelligence from the virtual cosmic network, swiftly pinpointed the approximate operational area of the Wolf King and his legion. It lay within a vast star domain known as the Howling Canyon, steeped in the dense malevolence and bloodlust of the demon race. Li Wei paused at the canyon's precipice, standing with his hands clasped behind his back. The time-space forbidden domain unfurled around him, gradually expanding with him as its epicenter. Though he did not unleash his full power, the surrounding space grew heavy with tension. He did not conceal his presence. Rather, he released a hint of his kingly aura, akin to a stone cast into a tranquil lake. Wolf King, I, Time-Space King Li Wei, stand before you. Dare you engage in battle? His voice, though not raised, resonated with the profundity of spatial laws, reverberating throughout the Howling Canyon and extending to even more distant star realms. A provocation, a brazen challenge. In the name of a newly crowned king, he sought to engage the established pinnacle of monarchy. At this moment, countless powerful beings observing the situation on the 7th battlefield turned their attention to this star domain. The inaugural battle of the Time-Space King post-seclusion was about to unfold. The outcome of this confrontation would profoundly influence the dynamics of the entire 7th battlefield and beyond. Chapter 76. The Space King confronts the Wolf King. The system devours spirits, opening new paths. Li Wei's voice echoed like a stone cast into an ancient well, sending ripples across the stillness of the starry expanse within the Howling Canyon. The implication of provocation was unmistakable, infused with the vigor and unwavering confidence of a newly anointed monarch. After a brief silence, a howl erupted from the deepest part of the canyon, a sound so piercing it seemed capable of rending souls asunder. This howl was imbued with savagery, fury, and a hint of absurdity at the provocation from mere ants. Boom. A pressure far more ferocious than that of the Void-Eye King surged forth, infused with a primal aura of bloodlust, sweeping across the cosmos like a tempest. Crimson-hued demon clouds gathered, staining vast swathes of the starry sky with blood. Within these clouds, a colossal wolf, its form rivaling that of a star, gradually coalesced. Its body was cloaked in dark silver fur, with eyes resembling burning blood moons, and a vicious scar across its brow enhancing its ferocity. Indeed, it was the royal of the demon clan, the Wolf King. Human whelp. To presume to act with impunity before this sovereign after vanquishing the wretched Vaitong? The voice of the king of the celestial wolves reverberated like the rolling of countless thunders, causing the fragments of surrounding stars to tremble. Although its true form had not fully materialized, this projection bore the overwhelming might of its essence. Today, your divine body shall be the vessel through which your transgressions against the sovereign of the demon race are purged. Before the words had fully escaped its lips, the shadow of the king of the celestial wolves lunged forth with a formidable claw. This strike, seemingly simplistic, invoked the cosmic laws of annihilation. As the claw's wind swept through, space did not merely tear. It was reduced to the most fundamental streams of particles, coalescing into a cataclysmic torrent of dark crimson. Surging towards Li Wei, this was the king's renowned technique, the annihilating wolf claw, its power eclipsing that of Vaitong's annihilating ray. In the face of an attack capable of effortlessly grievously wounding or even obliterating an ordinary high-ranking sovereign, Li Wei's gaze remained tranquil, imbued with a hint of scrutiny. Slowly, he raised his right hand and gently pressed against the oncoming torrent of destruction. Freeze. The spoken word commands the law. The full mastery of spatial laws was displayed in all its glory. The devastating dark crimson torrent, even at a distance of 10,000 miles from Li Wei, collided with an imperceptible yet insurmountable barrier, abruptly halting its advance. The leading edge of the torrent thrashed and distorted in a frenzy, yet it could progress no further. It was as though that section of space had been entirely isolated from the universe, forming an absolute domain of confinement. This was the advanced application of the profound mysteries of spatial laws, the absolute spatial barrier. What? A flicker of astonishment flashed in the blood moon-like eyes of the king of the celestial wolves. Though this strike had not been executed with full force, it was far from something a mere newly ascended sovereign could so casually deflect. The opponent's command over space exceeded its expectations. A master of spatial manipulation? It indeed possesses some merit. The king's ferocity was ignited, its colossal shadow contracting sharply, coalescing into a denser and more terrifying blood-hued wolf apparition. Let me show you the true power of royal bloodline. The celestial wolf devours the moon. It opened its immense maw, from which emerged an abyss that seemed to consume all, material and energy, light, space, and even the laws themselves began to collapse into that gaping void. This was a fusion attack embodying both bloodline talent and the pinnacle laws of a sovereign, its might earth-shattering. Li Wei remained as unmoving as a mountain, a subtle shift in his thoughts resonating through the spatial veins around him like the plucking of strings on a lute. The terrifying force of absorption acted upon the space he occupied, yet it was as if a stone cast into the sea, guided and dispersed by layers of twisted, folded spatial barriers, ultimately dissipating into the formless void. The ingenious amalgamation of spatial exile and spatial refraction redirected the assault into the infinite rifts of dimension. How could this be possible? The king of the celestial wolves finally changed hue. Its full-strength strike had not even grazed the opponent's attire. Such manipulation of space was utterly unprecedented. If your methods are limited to this, Li Wei finally spoke, his voice frigid, then the game is at an end. With a single step, he vanished in an instant. This was not mere teleportation. It was as if he had merged with space itself, becoming omnipresent and leaving no trace behind. In the next moment, he appeared directly before the blood-red wolf shadow coalesced by the celestial wolf king. The disparity in their sizes was monumental, akin to a speck of dust confronting a towering mountain. Yet, the aura emanating from Li Wei, akin to that of a sovereign of space, instilled within the celestial wolf king a profound sense of peril. Time and space were bound. Li Wei's hands came together in a gesture of concentration as he unleashed the full force of the time-space domain, merging it with the nascent understanding of temporal fusion he had just grasped. Instantly, the space surrounding the celestial wolf king became a billion times more resilient than neutron star material, while the flow of time itself slowed to an almost standstill. The celestial wolf king's colossal blood-red shadow froze momentarily, its movements becoming excruciatingly sluggish, and for the first time, fear flickered in its eyes. In a frantic attempt to escape this terrifying confinement, it burned its divine power, its dark silver fur bristling in defiance, and the strength of its bloodline surged forth. However, it was akin to an insect trapped in amber, its struggles appearing futile and powerless. Perish! Li Wei's fingers, sharp as a blade, executed a seemingly languid strike. This hand chop, though appearing slow, encapsulated the essence of spatial slicing and a hint of temporal acceleration, arriving before the celestial wolf king could muster any defense or resistance, and struck directly at the core of the blood-red wolf shadow. No! The celestial wolf king emitted a roar filled with despair and indignation. With a soft hiss, the hand chop sliced through, causing the blood-red wolf shadow to burst apart like a punctured balloon, revealing the celestial wolf king's true form. Diminished yet still majestic, a dark silver giant wolf. At that moment, one of its forepaws had been severed at the root, leaving its divine body gravely wounded. Ding! Successfully inflicted severe damage on the immortal celestial wolf king of the demon clan, pinnacle of the sealed king. Awarded partial military merit, 50 trillion cosmic units, calculated by damage ratio. Absorbing the bloodline essence of the demon clan's royal lineage and dissipated energy. Converting boundary value, 25,000,000,000,000,000,000,000, 250 trillion. Detected high-quality life essence of the demon clan royalty. Efficient conversion of life source energy. Accumulation, 150,000,000. The system's notification echoed. However, just as Li Wei was poised to completely eradicate the celestial wolf king and absorb its full essence, a resonant hum filled the air. A will, far more terrifying than that of the celestial wolf king, imbued with ancient gravitas and authority, descended like the first light of the universe's dawn. This will did not directly assault Li Wei. Rather, it manifested as an invisible hand that grasped the severely wounded celestial wolf king with great force. Child, show mercy where mercy is due. This wolf I shall take. A voice, aged yet calm, resonated deeply within Li Wei's soul, infused with an undeniable power. The voice's owner transcended the realm of the sealed king, at the very least a cosmic sovereign, perhaps even a ruler of the demon clan. In the next moment, with a fluctuation in space, both the celestial wolf king and the terrifying will vanished without a trace, leaving no remnant whatsoever. Li Wei's hand chop halted midair, his brow slightly furrowed. He sensed that the owner of that will had not truly manifested, but rather projected a thought from across the realms, a force so formidable that he could not contend with it in his current state. The upper echelons of the demon clan, indeed, could no longer remain idle. He understood within himself that the potential and threat he had displayed were too great, having already drawn the attention of the true giants of the demon race. The recent rescue of the Wolf King served not only to preserve a peak sovereign-level warrior, but also as a warning, or perhaps an observation. However, Li Wei did not feel overly disheartened. Although the Wolf King had not been completely vanquished, he had suffered grave injuries, and recovery would not come swiftly. Furthermore, Li Wei had acquired a vast reservoir of realm energy and life source energy, particularly that of the life essence imbued with the royal bloodline of the demon clan, which was of exceptionally high quality. Cosmic Overlord, Master of the Universe, Li Wei murmured to himself, his eyes not filled with fear, but rather ignited by an even stronger fighting spirit. It appeared that in this cosmic battlefield, the sovereign realm merely represented a pawn. Only by ascending to the status of a cosmic venerable, or even the master of the universe, could one truly command their own destiny. He felt the resurgence of energy within him, particularly the life source energy that surged to an astounding 15,000%. Such a monumental life source energy was sufficient to propel him towards higher genetic tiers. Perhaps the thousand-fold genes awaited him after this period of seclusion. This battle had firmly established Li Wei's position among the newly ascended sovereigns, even enabling him to rival some of the veteran peak sovereigns. In doing so, he had officially forged a lasting enmity with the higher-ups of the demon clan. The path ahead would be one of advancing towards becoming a cosmic venerable while also contending with the attention and challenges from higher-level existences. The legend of the Time and Space King was rapidly ascending towards the pinnacle of the universe at a pace far beyond anyone's expectations. Chapter 77. The filial heart purchases treasures and returns to Earth. News of Luo Feng's victory. In the Virtual Universe Company, within the primordial secret realm, at Manor No. 114, Li Wei, honored as the Time and Space King, stood in the center of the training area, his aura completely reined in, as if he had merged with the surrounding space. Following his battle with the Wolf King, he did not linger on the battlefield but returned directly to headquarters. As a sovereign-level immortal, particularly one capable of challenging the peak sovereigns, he possessed considerable autonomy and no longer needed to remain stationed at fixed battlefields as he had in his lower-tier days. Connecting to the Virtual Universe Network, he accessed the clan's treasure repository interface, gazing at the still substantial military merit balance in his account, despite having exchanged for treasures such as the Void Stone. The military merit earned from defeating the illusory Eye King and severely wounding the Wolf King was immensely impressive. Li Wei's thoughts did not initially turn to acquiring more powerful weapons or secret techniques for himself. Instead, they drifted to his parents, Li Yao and Vianina. On that distant blue planet in the solar system, his parents, with limited innate talent, had remained at the planetary level relying solely on their own cultivation, which in the vastness of the universe, afforded them a lifespan of merely a few thousand years, akin to morning dew. In his earlier days, despite his desire to assist them, he lacked sufficient resources and capability. Now, having attained the esteemed status of a sovereign immortal, the wealth he had amassed could draw the attention of many cosmic sovereigns. It was time for his parents to enjoy the blessings of life, to attain a longer lifespan and gaze upon a broader expanse of the cosmos. He skillfully sifted through the treasures in the repository. Life Fruit, planetary-level suitable version, gently modifies the constitution of planetary-level life forms, solidifying their foundation, with no side effects, elevating them to planetary level 9. Exchange requires military merit, 500,000 units. Purchase, Cosmic Source Crystal, elementary encompassing the pure essence of cosmic primordial energy. It can safely guide a planetary level 9th tier breakthrough to cosmic level 1st tier, with a success rate of 99. 9. Exchange requires military merit, 3 million units. Purchase, Purple Essence Evolution Liquid, a precious potion that consolidates cosmic level cultivation and enhances the life gene level. A set of 10 vials is sufficient to steadily elevate parents to cosmic level 9th tier. Exchange requires military merit, 20 million units. Purchase, Black Dragon Mountain X-81 custom spaceship, with complementary level elementary intelligent life steward, a comfortable, secure, and exceptionally fast private spacecraft, ideal for cosmic travel. With defensive capabilities adequate to withstand ordinary domain master harassment. Exchange requires military merit, 5 billion units. For Li Wei, this was but a trifling sum. He also selected several guiding chips for cosmic level cultivation suitable for his parents, a disposable energy shield generator for protection, and a substantial amount of universal currency. Altogether, the expenditure amounted to merely a few hundred million military merits, a trifling matter for him, yet sufficient to alter his parents' lives profoundly. Father, mother, I now possess the ability to ensure you a better life. A warm surge filled Li Wei's heart. The path of a strong individual may be solitary, but familial bonds remain the softest tether in the depths of his soul, serving as one of the driving forces behind his relentless pursuit of strength. Resources were swiftly delivered to the estate through internal channels. Li Wei organized everything and stored it within his dimensional space. Subsequently, with a mere thought, he connected with the embryonic realm of his divine kingdom situated within the depths of fragmented space. Divine Kingdom Transmission. A hazy cascade of colorful light emerged from the void, enveloping Li Wei. In the next moment, his figure vanished from the primordial secret realm, executing a long-distance spatial leap. This method of transmission, reliant on his divine kingdom as an intermediary, represents the swiftest and most convenient means for immortal deities to traverse the cosmos, far surpassing the efficiency of traveling by spacecraft. In the span of just a few breaths, the colorful glow dissipated, and Li Wei found himself firmly grounded. The familiar air, the recognizable gravity, the azure sky. This was Earth. Huaxia, Jiangnan Base City, in the backyard of his long-missed villa. His return was silent, eliciting no commotion. A gentle sweep of his consciousness revealed his parents diligently meditating in the villa's training room. Their auras had grown significantly stronger compared to a century ago, yet they still lingered at the planetary level of 7th or 8th tier, progressing slowly. Rather than teleporting directly, Li Wei chose to enter as an ordinary person would, pushing open the backyard door and stepping inside. Father, mother, I have returned. The door to the training room was flung open, and Li Yao and Vianina rushed out, their faces alight with surprise and disbelief. Though Li Wei occasionally contacted them through the Virtual Universe Network, his sudden return in the flesh left them utterly exhilarated. Little Wei, my son. After a heartwarming reunion filled with reminiscing, Li Wei began to unveil the treasures he had brought, elucidating their uses in detail. Initially taken aback by the value of these gifts, Li Yao and Viniana ultimately accepted their son's filial piety with gratitude after Li Wei's insistence. They understood that their son had ascended to an unimaginable height, and all they could do was refrain from being a burden, savoring the blessings he bestowed upon them. Just as Li Wei prepared to personally safeguard his parents and assist them in absorbing treasures to enhance their strength. A gentle vibration emanated from the virtual universe communicator on his wrist, signaling the receipt of a high-priority message from the system. Li Wei's thoughts stirred, and he connected his consciousness to investigate. The message contained the final results of the cosmic-level qualification battle for the current Secret Realm. As a former member of the original Secret Realm, despite having transcended to immortality, his privileges remained substantial, allowing him to receive such core talent battle reports. Notification: the qualification battle for this cosmic-level Secret Realm has concluded. The results are as follows. Luo Feng, a member of the Taichu Secret Realm, exhibited exceptional performance in the qualification battle, achieving victory in 4 consecutive matches, ultimately ranking first in points and successfully obtaining the qualification for promotion to the original Secret Realm. Former members of the original Secret Realm, Molo, Croft, and Yufeng, fell short in points and have been relegated to the Taichu Secret Realm. Former member of the original Secret Realm, Bolin, also fell short in points and has been relegated to the Taichu Secret Realm. Congratulations to the aforementioned members. May they continue to strive in the new Secret Realm and fight for the glory of their kin. Upon reading this information, Li Wei was momentarily taken aback, only to quickly realize the implications. Indeed, it had been quite some time since he departed from Chaos City, and the cosmic-level qualification battle was a systematic selection held once every 100 years. Calculating the flow of time meticulously, 30 years in the initial cosmic Chaos City equated to 100 years in the original universe. After leaving Chaos City, he first broke through to immortality at headquarters, then ventured to the outer battlefield for training, achieving the title of King and engaging in fierce battles against the Celestial Wolf King. In the wake of these events, a full 100 years had elapsed in the original universe. This meant that from the conclusion of the Genius Battle to his entry into Chaos City, a complete 200 years had passed in the original universe. 200 years. Indeed, Luo Feng had not disappointed. A smile played at the corners of Li Wei's lips. Luo Feng's rise, defeating seasoned talents such as Molo and Croft, and even ousting the equally talented Bolin from the ranks. To claim the sole opportunity for promotion to the original Secret Realm was a testament to his astonishing rate of progress. Behind this achievement undoubtedly lay the support of the Lunarch Star's inheritance, the Goldenhorn Beast's avatar, and myriad other fortuitous encounters. Molo, Croft, Yufeng, Bolin, all had fallen to the Taichu Secret Realm. Li Wei was quite familiar with these names, particularly Bolin, whose brilliance from the Genius Battle lingered vividly in his memory. The competition within the cosmos was starkly brutal. It was akin to rowing upstream. One either advances or retreats. Luo Feng's ascent signified the relative decline of others. He felt no jealousy towards Luo Feng's accomplishments. At his present level, having achieved the status of king and immortality, his perspective had evolved considerably. The true elite resided among the cosmic lords, and the mightiest, the rulers of the cosmos, were those who traversed the universe with unparalleled authority. Luo Feng was not only his friend, but also the beacon of hope for humanity. The stronger he grew, the more joy it brought Li Wei. However, this served as a reminder that time waits for no one. Li Wei's gaze deepened. With 200 years past, Luo Feng had already reached the pinnacle within the cosmic level and was now striving towards even greater heights. Meanwhile, although he had attained the status of king, the path ahead remained long and arduous. Though the laws of space have been thoroughly mastered, the journey toward true perfection, a seamless extension of oneself, evolving the realm of all creation, still seems to require a thin veil to be pierced. Furthermore, comprehension of the laws of time must be expedited. The path to the fusion of space and time is boundless and vast. To attain the realm of the cosmic sovereign necessitates a profound understanding and integration of the fundamental laws of the universe. For him, the next objective is strikingly clear: to achieve an unblemished mastery of the laws of space, subsequently invoking the ultimate baptism from the ocean of the universe's primordial laws, thus transcending to become a cosmic sovereign. Only by attaining the status of a cosmic sovereign can one wield greater influence in this grand cosmic era, protect family and kin more effectively, and delve deeper into the ultimate mysteries of systems and life. With resolve in his heart, Li Wei gently spoke to his parents. Father, Mother, seeing you begin to absorb the medicinal essence brings me peace. There are urgent matters at the company requiring my immediate attention. I will leave behind an energy avatar to safeguard you, while my true self must return to the secret realm for a period of seclusion. Although Li Yao and Vianina felt reluctant, they understood the heavy responsibilities resting on their son's shoulders and reminded him to take care. Li Wei nodded, leaving behind an energy avatar imbued with a trace of divine power to protect their villa, ensuring his parents' ascension would proceed without a hitch. He then re-established communication with the divine realm. A kaleidoscope of light flashed, and his figure vanished from Earth, returning to the exclusive training dimension of the primordial secret realm, where the flow of time could be adjusted. Seated cross-legged amidst the chaotic currents, Li Wei slowly closed his eyes. This time, He vowed not to emerge from seclusion until he had attained complete mastery of the laws of space. Cosmic Sovereign, I am coming. His consciousness plunged into the vast ocean of the laws of space, commencing an assault on the ultimate bottleneck. The legend of the Time and Space King was on the verge of unfolding a new chapter. Chapter 78. The perfect laws stand tall, chaos rings with opportunity. In the primordial secret realm, within the training dimension where the flow of time had slowed 100-fold, chaotic energy swirled, as if eons had passed. Li Wei's spirit was wholly immersed in the ultimate profundity of the laws of space. Mastery at the king level of the laws of space is akin to knowing all the components of a finely tuned instrument. While the pursuit of perfection at the sovereign level entails understanding its design principles, operational laws, and even the ability to create and innovate independently. He burned through vast reserves of realm value, supplemented by the primordial essence of the Void Stone, continuously diving deeper into the ocean of the laws of space. He traced the birth of space, perceiving its singular state emerging from the void, observing its stable patterns, comprehending how to weave space into a sturdy barrier or a smooth thoroughfare, experiencing its decay and annihilation, and grasping how to invoke the ultimate destructive force of dimensional collapse. This realization had begun to touch upon the fundamental rules of the universe as composition. Unbeknownst to him, time had elapsed, perhaps only a few years in the outside world. But in the training dimension, several centuries had passed. On this day, a sense of completeness, akin to a cup overflowing or a full moon, naturally surged from the depths of his spirit. Li Wei beheld the complete picture of the laws of space, from the microscopic to the macroscopic, from stability to transformation. Every detail crystal clear in his understanding. He seemed to have transformed into the very embodiment of the laws of space, with his will extending to every corner of the universe where space exists. The laws of space, complete in their perfection. A thunderous resonance. A force a myriad of times more magnificent than that of attaining the title of a monarch, descended upon him. This moment marked the jubilant celebration of the primordial essence of the entire cosmic expanse. The boundless power of the laws of space surged like countless galaxies spiraling inward, centered around Li Wei's divine realm, flooding into his divine body and divine heart with fervor. His divine form underwent a fundamental metamorphosis, each particle of divine energy becoming more radiant and restrained, with an unprecedented transformation in the levels of energy contained within. The connection between his divine heart and the source of space became exceedingly intimate, allowing him to summon the majestic forces of the universe with but a thought. The divine body, divine heart, and laws of space melded together in perfect harmony, elevating his essence to an entirely new realm of existence. The cosmic dignitary had emerged. Thanks to the unprecedented foundation of a thousand-fold life gene level he had already surpassed, as well as his mastery over the laws of space, Li Wei, upon breaking through, stabilized the intensity of his divine power and the quality of his divine body at the pinnacle of high-ranking cosmic dignitaries. Standing merely a step away from becoming a cosmic overlord, the vast divine power surged within him. As if with a mere gesture he could rend the sea of stars asunder. Slowly, Li Wei opened his eyes, within which flickered countless phantoms of spatial genesis and demise. And where his gaze fell, space naturally yielded in submission. With a subtle shift of his thoughts, the entire spatial dimension of his cultivation realm began to transform in accordance with his will, flowing seamlessly, as if he were directing his own limbs. The laws of space were perfected, and the status of the dignitary was firmly established. Li Wei felt the boundless power within him, his heart a wellspring of clarity. At this moment, he truly possessed the capital to stand firm within the vast universe, qualifying him to partake in the high-level affairs of his kin. Just as he was familiarizing himself with the power of a cosmic dignitary and solidifying his realm, an extraordinary sensation arose, not through the laws of space or time, but directly influencing the depths of his soul's essence. This sensation did not emanate from any specific external coordinate, but rather felt like a resonance from the void, as if an ancient and formidable existence, deeply compatible with the characteristics of his system, was calling out to him from a distant, unknown realm. This call carried an eternal essence, impervious to all laws, suppressing the primordial chaos, and contained profound mysteries of time and space. As Li Wei concentrated on this perception, it seemed that his system also stirred to life under this call, conveying a desire for connection. Simultaneously, the heart of time and space he had received from the cosmic dignitary trembled gently, creating a faint symphony with the ethereal call. A fragment of information appeared to traverse endless time and space, resonating through the system and flowing into Li Wei's consciousness. The chaotic bell, resounding throughout the primordial chaos, establishing the order of time and space, untouched by all laws. The chaotic bell? Li Wei's spirit was shaken. It was not the object itself that he recognized, but rather the name and the characteristics of being untouched by all laws conveyed by the system, which instantly evoked in him a certain possibility, an unparalleled treasure that was a perfect match for his absorption and transformation system. Within his system lies the capacity to absorb all forms of damage, should another external artifact emerge, capable of resisting myriad laws. Even encroaching upon the intricacies of temporal and spatial order, his defenses would attain a level beyond comprehension. Indeed, Even the sovereign of the universe might find it challenging to contend with him. Furthermore, the name Chaos Bell appears to embody an essence more ancient and primordial than that of the Star Tower. Its connection to the laws of time and space harmoniously aligning with the path he has cultivated. The system detected an opportunity, the Chaos Bell, igniting a brilliant spark in Li Wei's eyes. This was not a quest to seize another treasure, but rather an opportunity uniquely his. Instigated by the system, this realization fortified his conviction that his path was singular. He promptly accessed the virtual cosmic system to seek all information pertaining to the Chaos Bell. However, the results were scant, consisting only of fragmented references from ancient myths and legends, devoid of substantial records. Clearly, this treasure was not among the known treasures of the original universe. It appeared that the clues regarding the Chaos Bell might be hidden within the cosmic sea or in the depths of undiscovered cosmic realms. Li Wei pondered deeply. The cosmic sea was fraught with peril, a domain traversed by the mightiest beings in the universe, given his current status as a high-ranking sovereign. Venturing forth recklessly posed considerable risk. Just as he contemplated how to pursue the clues of the Chaos Bell, a communication arrived from the Lord of Chaos. Li Wei, I sense that you have transcended to the sovereign level. Congratulations on solidifying your realm. Your rate of progress far exceeds expectations, the Lord of Chaos intoned, his voice as serene as ever. Now that you are a sovereign, you bear the responsibilities of one. Our kin require fresh blood at some frontier outposts in the cosmic sea. Would you be interested in venturing to the periphery of the Pinnacle Realm for some training? Although fraught with danger, it is also a place of opportunity, perhaps offering you a chance to advance further along your temporal path. The Pinnacle Realm? One of the three most treacherous locales within the cosmic sea. A stir of excitement coursed through Li Wei. Was the Lord of Chaos's suggestion to journey to the Pinnacle Realm merely for training, or was there a deeper, perhaps fateful, significance? Could the resonance he felt with the Chaos Bell be linked to the Pinnacle Realm? Thank you, Lord, for your guidance. I am eager to embark. Li Wei responded without hesitation. Regardless of any direct connection, the cosmic sea was a realm he must traverse. There lay a broader stage, more formidable adversaries, and potentially, the supreme treasures that resonate with the system. Very well. Relevant information and maps have been sent to you. While the periphery of the Pinnacle Realm is relatively safe, one must remain vigilant. The cosmic sea is teeming with powerful beings from various races, and the environment is treacherous. Caution is paramount. Here is my token. Should you encounter insurmountable danger, it can be activated to summon aid. Though whether assistance can arrive in time remains uncertain, cautioned the Lord of Chaos. Transmitting a jade talisman imbued with his formidable aura. The disciple understands and will not disappoint your expectations. Li Wei solemnly accepted the jade talisman. As the communication ended, Li Wei's gaze hardened with resolve. Having just broken through to the cosmic sovereign level, he was now tasked with a mission to the cosmic sea, presenting both a challenge and a significant opportunity. Pinnacle Realm, Chaos Bell, he murmured to himself, regardless of whether you are there. I, Li Wei, am coming to the cosmic sea. With no time to waste, he stepped forth from the realm of cultivation, returning to the primal secret realm mansion. With a brief moment of preparation, and upon adjusting his state to its optimal condition, he directly traversed through the special passage of the Virtual Universe Corporation, heading towards the fixed teleportation point leading to the cosmic sea. This time, his objective transcended the confined battles of the primal universe, venturing into the more expansive, perilous, and infinitely promising realm of the cosmic sea. Thus began the illustrious journey of Li Wei, the time-space sovereign, as he officially entered a brand new phase. Awaiting him were the swirling tempests of the cosmic sea, alongside the elusive traces of the supreme artifact, the Chaotic Bell, which possibly shared its origin with the very system itself. Chapter 79. Seeking the bell's traces beyond the Pinnacle Realm. Only through the unity of time and space can one find the door. The cosmic sea, vast and boundless, is a realm where danger and opportunity coexist. It lies beyond the confines of the primal universe, with a spatial structure that is both more fragile and more enigmatic, filled with immense celestial debris, voracious black holes, and relentless chaotic energy storms. Here, even the most ordinary immortal deities find it challenging to tread, and even the cosmic sovereigns must exercise utmost caution. Li Wei, the time-space sovereign, utilized the map bestowed by the Lord of Chaos, traversing through multiple long-distance divine kingdom teleportations and extensive spatial relocations, eventually arriving near his destination, the outer regions of the Pinnacle Realm. Gazing into the distance, he discovered that the Pinnacle Realm was not merely a singular mountain peak or continent as he had imagined, but rather a colossal assemblage of countless fragmented lands, varying in size, mountains, and the remnants of stars, forming an endless celestial conglomeration. Its shape resembled a colossal mountain peak that had collapsed and solidified time and space, hence its name. The aura emanating from the Pinnacle Realm was ancient, vast, and fraught with danger, far surpassing any perilous location in the extraterritorial battlefield. The endless chaotic energy streams cascaded like waterfalls from the summit, eroding the outer region, harboring a terrifying energy capable of annihilating even the cosmic sovereigns. This was the Pinnacle Realm, one of the three most treacherous locales within the cosmic sea. Li Wei's expression grew grave. Even with his advanced cosmic sovereign prowess, he felt insignificantly small in the face of such a natural marvel. The signal from the virtual universe network on his wrist had grown exceedingly weak here, intermittent and unstable, indicating that he could no longer receive intelligence support as readily as he had in the primal universe. He suppressed his aura, reducing his divine form to that of an ordinary human to minimize his visibility. Simultaneously, he activated his system to its maximum capacity, expanding the perception range of the annihilation domain not for defense, but akin to the most sensitive radar, meticulously capturing any anomalous energy fluctuations and traces of laws in the surrounding environment, particularly those clues potentially related to the chaotic bell. According to the vague information previously transmitted by the system and the resonance of the heart of time and space, the characteristics of the chaotic bell should involve suppressing the primordial chaos, altering time and space, and being unaffected by all laws. Thus, he paid particular attention to regions where the spatial structure was abnormally stable, the flow of time was chaotic, or where energy storms inexplicably subsided as they approached. He cautiously explored the chaotic void surrounding the pinnacle realm, avoiding the enormous spatial rifts and energy whirlpools that exuded a clear aura of destruction. During this exploration, he also encountered peculiar life forms within the cosmic sea, some resembling gigantic fish, gliding effortlessly through the chaotic currents, while others were energy conglomerates that radiated an aura rivaling that of the sovereigns. Li Wei, wishing to avoid unnecessary complications, relied on his exceptional spatial concealment techniques and teleportation abilities to quietly navigate through the chaos. Months of exploration swiftly passed. One day, as he approached a fragment of a dark red continent, comparable in size to a star and suspended amidst chaotic currents, the heart of time and space within him suddenly resonated with an unprecedented clarity. Simultaneously, the system conveyed a potent directional sensation, indicating that the target lay upon this shattered land. A lead had been uncovered. Li Wei's spirits lifted as he cautiously descended onto the continent. This land was enveloped in silence, its surface marred by unfathomable chasms and twisted metallic mountains, the air thick with a faint scent of decay. Yet, within Li Wei's perception, the core region of this continent exhibited an astonishingly stable spatial structure, with the flow of time seemingly divergent from the external world. As if an invisible force field enveloped that area, he soared towards the core. The deeper he ventured, the more palpable the sensation of suppressed and refined time and space became. The chaotic currents that ravaged the periphery turned docile and serene upon his arrival. Ultimately, he reached a vast plain. At its center stood a dilapidated ancient palace, constructed entirely from a peculiar dark yellow crystal. Though much of the edifice had collapsed, the remnants still exuded an awe-inspiring majesty, and the source of the temporal suppression emanated from deep within this structure. Li Wei stepped into the ruins of the palace, which were astonishingly spacious, save for a towering stone tablet that stood in the center. The tablet was inscribed with ancient characters he had never encountered before. However, intriguingly, through the resonance of the heart of time and space, he was able to comprehend its meaning. In the sound of the bell, chaos is summoned, and time and space are ordered. All methods are impervious. Only the Tao shares a common origin. To attain the legacy, one must endure 3 trials. The first trial of understanding time and space, the second trial of embodying all methods, and the third trial of resolute heart. Beneath the stone tablet lay 3 deep entrances, barely wide enough for a single person, each corresponding to the respective trials. Each passage exuded a distinct aura of laws. The first entrance pulsated with intense temporal fluctuations, the second radiated chaotic energies of various laws, and the third appeared unremarkable. Yet it reached deep into the soul. The trials were clear to Li Wei. The legacy of the chaotic bell was not easily attained. After a brief moment of contemplation, he resolutely stepped into the first passage, the trial of understanding time and space. Beyond the entrance was not a tangible corridor, but rather a bizarre illusion of time and space. Here, time fluctuated erratically, and space continuously folded and twisted, creating countless paradoxical images. Questions and challenges, formed by the laws of time and space, were directly projected into Li Wei's consciousness, testing his understanding of the essence of time and space. Had he encountered such profound inquiries before breaking through to become a cosmic sovereign, he might have found them daunting. However, now that his mastery of spatial laws was complete and his understanding of temporal laws profound, along with the secret art of temporal evolution that directly pointed to the great path and the assistance of the heart of time and space, these challenges transformed into an exceptional opportunity for validation and refinement of his knowledge. He advanced step by step through this illusory realm like the most devout seeker, unraveling one riddle after another, his understanding of the fusion of time and space deepening with each moment. Time elapsed unmeasured, and when he finally pierced through the last veil of temporal confusion, attaining a profound comprehension of the unity of time and space, as well as their mutual dimensions, the entire illusion abruptly dissipated. He found himself still standing before the stone tablet, as the first aperture slowly closed. A faint, mysterious yellow glow enveloped him, signifying that he had passed the initial trial. Without pause, Li Wei stepped into the second aperture, embodying the myriad laws. This challenge was not a test of enlightenment, but rather a pure trial of endurance. Upon entering the portal, An infinite barrage of energy assaults surged from all directions. Flames, ice, thunder, fierce winds, corrosive toxins, soul shocks, curses, and even forms of energy attacks that existed solely in legend, all rained down upon Li Wei like a tempest. The intensity reached levels befitting a cosmic sovereign. If it were any other venerable being, even a top-tier overlord, they would have to exhaust every means to withstand such indiscriminate and multifaceted terrifying assaults. However, for Li Wei, who possessed the damage absorption conversion system, this trial was tailor-made as a boon. He relinquished all defenses, maintaining only the most basic stability of his divine body, allowing the myriad laws to envelop him. Ding. Absorbing mixed law energy attacks, intensity, cosmic sovereign level, converting realm value, 850, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 850 trillion. Ding. Absorbing special soul curses, system purification in process, converting into pure soul energy. Life source energy continues to accumulate. The system's prompts melded into a continuous stream. A colossal influx of realm value and life source energy surged forth, as Li Wei's divine body devoured the relentless onslaught like an abyss. Not only did he sustain no harm, but his aura continuously grew stronger. The so-called trial of the myriad laws became a mere jest in the face of the system's absolute defense. As the intensity of the assaults gradually waned and ultimately ceased, Li Wei sensed a marked enhancement in both his divine power reserves and the strength of his divine form. The second aperture closed behind him, and another yellow glow integrated into his being. Next came the third aperture, the steadfastness of the true heart. This step tested the will and spirit. Upon entering, Li Wei found himself ensnared in an endless tapestry of illusions. There were the warm temptations of mundane life on earth, the heart-wrenching anguish of family and friends in peril, the intoxicating power of overlooking all beings as the universe's mightiest, and the ultimate terror of succumbing to madness on the path of cultivation, leading to death and dissolution. Each illusion targeted the vulnerabilities of his true heart, seeking to destabilize his resolve. Yet, Li Wei's will had been forged into unyielding stone through countless life and death battles on the battlefield beyond the realm, particularly when he had withstood the oppressive might of the Void Eye King. Following his breakthrough to venerable status, the fusion of his divine mind with the cosmic origin propelled his will to an entirely new realm. Furthermore, with the system safeguarding his soul's essence, these illusions, though vividly real, could never truly erode his core consciousness. He stood as an observer, calmly witnessing the rise and fall of myriad illusions, his heart undisturbed, unwavering in his pursuit of the path of strength. Time slipped away, and as all illusions dissipated, it felt as though his spirit had been cleansed, becoming more transparent and pure. The third trial, success. As the third aura of yellow and dark energy merged into his body, the stone tablet before Li Wei began to tremble violently, its ancient inscriptions swirling to life, ultimately coalescing into a portal of yellow and dark light. From beyond the portal, a resonant sound echoed, as if traversing through the eons of primordial chaos, carrying the weight of suppressing the universe. A bell tolled. The sound resonated in Li Wei's ears, clearing his mind, establishing tranquility in the fabric of time and space around him, rendering him impervious to external malevolence. He recognized that the core of the inheritance of the Chaos Bell lay beyond this portal. Chapter 80. The bell tolls, suppressing the primordial chaos. The system merges. The path begins to form. Beyond the yellow and dark portal, instead of the anticipated hall or chamber, lay an infinite expanse of chaotic void. At the center of this void, a colossal ancient bell hovered silently. The bell's body shimmered in chaotic yellow hues, adorned with the sun, moon, and stars, encircled by the elements of earth, water, fire, and wind, while within its depths, mountains and rivers, as well as myriad ancient races, flickered into view. Multicolored rays illuminated this chaos, exuding an unparalleled majesty that commanded the heavens and stabilized the fabric of time and space. Merely gazing upon it, Li Wei felt an overwhelming serenity envelop him, and the natural equilibrium of time and space enveloped him, creating an aura of invulnerability against all external evils. This was the Chaos Bell, the sacred artifact of creation, one of the three innate supreme treasures. At the moment Li Wei's gaze touched the bell, it quivered gently. The sound of the bell, reminiscent of the primordial dawn of creation, reverberated through the epochs, echoing deep within the very core of Li Wei's soul. This sound, devoid of destructive power, encapsulated the supreme laws of cosmic order, instantly clarifying his comprehension of time and space manifold. The perfected laws of space within him spontaneously fused with the profound laws of time, elevating his understanding of the evolution of time and space to an entirely new realm. Immediately thereafter, the Chaos Bell transformed into a stream of light, swiftly merging into Li Wei's brow, appearing at the heart of his vast divine realm, resonating wondrously with the essence of his soul and the heart of time and space. The system became vibrantly alive, no longer passively absorbing and converting, but actively emitting a certain frequency that intertwined with the myriad laws emanating from the Chaos Bell, harmonizing with the rhythm that suppresses the primordial chaos. Li Wei distinctly sensed that the system's absolute trait of absorbing all damage began to merge deeply with the Chaos Bell's ability to disregard all divine arts and spells, establishing an invulnerable defense above him. A profound realization surged within. The system, governing the internal realm, neutralized all encroachments upon the essence, while the Chaos Bell, governing the external realm, suppressed time and space, rebounding myriad laws and isolating the majority of external attacks. The synergy of the two was not a mere addition, but a qualitative leap. This signified that even when confronted with attacks from the universe's most formidable beings, the majority of their might would be obstructed by the Chaos Bell, diminished or rebounded. Even should a fraction of their power penetrate, it would be instantaneously absorbed and converted by the system. His survival capabilities will ascend to a level that even the sovereign of the universe would find incomprehensible. Simultaneously, the enigmatic power of the Chaos Bell, which twists the fabric of time and space and unfolds the mysteries of the celestial path, continuously transmutes through the conduit of the system and the heart of time and space, enriching Li Wei's understanding of the laws governing time and space. It is as if he glimpses the flowing panorama of the time river, perceives the secrets of dimensional folding, and discerns the intricate threads of cause and effect entanglement. This enlightenment far surpasses the arduous cultivation he has endured for millennia. The process of integration continued for an indeterminate duration. When the Chaos Bell achieved perfect equilibrium with the system and the heart of time and space, it hovered steadily at the center of the divine realm, gently rotating and releasing strands of profound yellow essence to nourish the entirety of the divine kingdom. At this moment, Li Wei's aura underwent a profound transformation. His divine power became more concentrated and substantial, imbued with a hint of the primordial chaos. Under the cleansing influence of the profound yellow essence, the strength of his divine body directly shattered the limits of high-tier venerables, firmly entering the realm of the cosmic overlord. Moreover, his mastery over time and space reached an astonishing level, where a mere thought could effortlessly confine an entire star domain and alter the local flow of time and space. He even sensed that he was on the brink of grasping the threshold of time's suspension. At this juncture, although he had just stepped into the rank of a cosmic overlord, his prowess, bolstered by a thousand-fold life gene level, perfected spatial laws and profound temporal laws. The unparalleled defense arising from the fusion of the system and the Chaos Bell, and the inheritance of temporal evolution alongside the heart of time and space, was sufficient to dominate among cosmic overlords and even contend for survival against the most ordinary of cosmic sovereigns. Li Wei slowly opened his eyes, and within them, it seemed as if the chaotic stars were flickering to life and fading away, while the illusion of the time river flowed in ethereal currents. With a mere thought, the phantom of the Chaos Bell flickered behind him, causing gentle ripples to spread across the stable pinnacle domain surrounding him. The Chaos Bell and the system represent a true and perfect complement. As Li Wei felt an unprecedented surge of power within himself, his heart swelled with lofty ambition. This opportunity far exceeded any prior gains he had achieved. He recognized that lingering here was unwise. Although the Chaos Bell's proactive tranquility was constrained within this relic, there was no guarantee that it would not attract even more terrifying entities from the depths of the pinnacle domain. He needed to depart swiftly and find a secure location to thoroughly acclimate to his newfound strength. Guided by his connection to the Chaos Bell, he effortlessly located the exit of the relic, a stable spatial vortex. With a single step, he found himself back amidst the chaotic streams of energy at the periphery of the pinnacle domain. However, no sooner had he materialized than three formidable auras instantly locked onto him. These were the very entities that had secretly observed him upon his entry into the relic. "Kid, what did you obtain inside? Hand it over," rasped a voice as the void warped, revealing the menacing figure of a Qiyuan clan cosmic overlord radiating an aura at the pinnacle of overlord might. Nearby, a shadow-cloaked figure of a Suzhen clan overlord materialized. Their voice I see. The treasures of the relic in the pinnacle domain are for all who behold them. Further afield, a massive boulder-like figure of a rock clan overlord watched with predatory intent. The three domineering figures had clearly been waiting for some time, sensing the spatial fluctuations and the unique, enigmatic aura that accompanied Li Wei's emergence. They immediately launched their attack. Had it been the Li Wei prior to his seclusion, he might have struggled against the combined assault of these three seasoned sovereigns. However, at this moment, Li Wei remained composed, gazing at the approaching trio, and calmly stated, "If you desire something, come and take it." Seeking death, the leader of the Qian clan could no longer restrain himself, his claws tearing through the void. Imbued with an evil law that corroded the very essence of the soul, descending upon Li Wei. Meanwhile, the sovereign of the Suzhen clan transformed into an intangible shadow, directly assaulting Li Wei's core of consciousness. The ruler of the Yanxi clan unleashed a punch, the overwhelming force shattering celestial bodies. Faced with this three-pronged onslaught, Li Wei neither flinched nor evaded. He didn't even activate the Chaos Bell. Instead, with a mere thought, he summoned a newly formed defensive barrier. A fusion of the system and the Chaos Bell. A soft, yellowish aura enveloped his form. The claws of the Qian clan struck the aura, and the horrifying force dissipated as if it had plunged into an endless sea. while a counterforce rendered the attacker's claws numb. The soul attack from the Shujin clan, upon colliding with the aura, melted away like snow under the warm embrace of spring. The punch from the Yanxi clan was effortlessly deflected by the yellowish aura, sending it careening into the chaotic currents far away, igniting a tempest. The combined might of the three sovereigns failed to even cause Li Wei to falter. What? The trio simultaneously gasped in shock, their eyes filled with disbelief. It is now my turn. Li Wei's gaze turned icy, and with a pointed finger resembling a blade, he made a gentle slice towards the leader of the Qian clan. A blade of time and space, infused with the suppressive power of the Chaos Bell, swept past. To the terror of the Qian clan leader, the surrounding space had solidified as if forged from divine metal, rendering him unable to evade. With a swift motion, the blade cleaved through the essence of this peaked sovereign, inflicting grievous wounds and sending him hurtling backwards, his aura instantly diminishing. Without a glance back, Li Wei shifted his attention to the sovereigns of the Shujin and Yanxi clans. Those two had already been stricken with fear, screaming as they tore through the fabric of space in frantic flight. With a mere wave of his hand, one was injured while two escaped. Such was the terrifying prowess of Li Wei, augmented by the Chaos Bell. Li Wei chose not to pursue. He could feel the surging power within himself and the profound intricacies of the Chaos Bell, realizing that his path had diverged entirely. He no longer lingered, locking onto the direction of the primordial universe, executing a grand teleportation and vanishing in an instant. It was time to return, to solidify his cultivation, to assimilate the inheritance, and then, to allow certain individuals to witness the brilliance of the master of time and space. The emergence of the Chaos Bell would undoubtedly reverberate throughout the cosmic sea, as his future was now irrevocably intertwined with this sacred artifact of creation. Chapter 81. The Undercurrents of the Star Sea in the Virtual Universe Company. Within the primordial secret realm, Li Wei's exclusive palace stood. His true self sat serenely at the center of the cultivation chamber, surrounded by a flickering aura of yellow and black. The Chaos Bell hovered at the core of his divine domain, slowly rotating and cascading myriad streams of chaotic energy, nourishing his divine body and weaving the fabric of time and space. After a profound fusion with the Chaos Bell, Li Wei's perception of the cosmic origin has reached an almost clairvoyant state, particularly regarding the laws of time and space. With new profundities naturally emerging in his mind at every moment, the Chaos Bell suppresses the primordial forces and, when combined with the attribute of invulnerability against all laws, approaches a state of absolute defense. His mastery over time and space propels me forward on the path of temporal evolution. As Li Wei's thoughts stirred, the surrounding time and space became as pliable as his will, allowing him to effortlessly twist and confine an expanse of stellar territory. Among the cosmic dominators, few can rival my control over time and space. While he was deeply immersed in his insights, a faint yet profoundly subtle fluctuation, carrying traces of temporal regression, was transmitted through the divine avatar left in the distant solar system. This fluctuation emanated from a high plane, embodying the unique willpower of the universe's most formidable beings. Is the universe's strongest entity probing into Earth's past? Li Wei immediately became alert. Such a level of attainment is extremely rare among humanity, and the one who would pay special attention to Earth is none other than the founder of the Great Axe. Li Wei quickly understood. In the original narrative, it was indeed the founder of the Great Axe who, by regressing through time, discovered the traces of the mountain-sitting guest's transformation of Earth, as well as the secret of Earth's unparalleled soul evolution. The life birthed on Earth possesses certain qualities within its soul that can be awakened, yielding immeasurable benefits for mental cultivation and soul potential. This revelation holds profound significance for the higher echelons of humanity. As the founder of the Great Axe is affiliated with the Great Axe Combat Arena, the strong within this faction are naturally well-positioned. The revered Fire Eater. As a core member of the Great Axe Combat Arena and disciple of the Lord of Virtual Gold, upon learning of this secret, could hardly remain indifferent. Before the current Lord of Earth, Luo Feng, fully comprehends its value, and while the Virtual Universe Company has yet to respond comprehensively, acquiring ownership of Earth under the guise of a transaction would undoubtedly be a remarkable achievement and resource. Greed is the original sin. A glint of cold light flashed in Li Wei's eyes. He was acutely aware of the subsequent developments. The revered Fire Eater would undoubtedly send his son, King of Shadows, to approach with temptations. Should Luo Feng refuse, coercion would follow. He did not act immediately, but instead divided a fragment of his consciousness to connect with the virtual universe, directly reaching the pinnacle of Thunder Island, where a palace is shrouded in endless chaotic currents. City Lord. Li Wei's avatar appeared before the Chaos City Lord, offering a slight bow. With his current status as a cosmic sovereign, he held a high position within the core of the Virtual Universe Company, enabling him to engage in equal dialogue with the Chaos City Lord. Li Wei. The Chaos City Lord opened his eyes, a hint of appreciation gleaming within. He placed great importance on this rapidly rising junior, whose aura even evoked a sense of depth within him. What is it? I have just sensed the will of the founder of the Great Axe regressing through Earth's time and space. Li Wei spoke succinctly. The secret of Earth may already be known to the core members of the Great Axe Combat Arena. The revered Fire Eater or his subordinates may soon take action against the Earth Lord, Luo Feng. Upon hearing this, the Chaos City Lord's expression remained unchanged. Yet his gaze deepened. Earth's soul is unique. I have also taken note of it. Since the Great Axe has already discovered it, this matter cannot be concealed. What are your intentions? Earth is my homeland, and Luo Feng is also a core member of my virtual universe company, Li Wei replied, his tone calm, yet resolute. I have left a powerful avatar in the solar system. Should anyone disregard the rules, exerting pressure upon others, or even threatening the beings of Earth, I shall not remain a mere spectator. Thus, I inform the City Lord to prevent any unnecessary misunderstandings. The Lord of Chaos nodded slightly. Very well. The affairs of Earth are indeed significant. Since you are willing to step forward to uphold its integrity, I shall acquiesce. I will keep an eye on matters concerning the Virtual Universe Company. Pursue your endeavors unimpeded. The company will support you. Thank you, City Lord. With the unequivocal backing of the Lord of Chaos, Li Wei felt a surge of confidence. His true self continued to cultivate, while most of his consciousness remained attuned to the movements concerning Earth. As anticipated, several days later, above the Kyoto-based city on the Asian continent, a grotesque ancient spacecraft emblazoned with a flaming skull totem tore through the void, materializing abruptly. Leading the charge was a pale-faced man with an arrogant and sinister gaze, accompanied by several immortal beings whose presence instantly enveloped the globe in an oppressive aura, instilling fear in countless souls. It was none other than the King of Nightmares and his retinue. In the virtual universe, at the 9-star bay of Black Dragon Mountain Island, Luo Feng's divine power avatar received a message from the King of Nightmares, who offered an exorbitant sum of 1 billion primordial units to acquire ownership of Earth. Although Luo Feng was unaware of the secret of Earth's soul origin, his instincts sensed something amiss, and with a deep affection for his homeland, he resolutely declined. Enraged and humiliated, the King of Nightmares revealed his true intentions, directly threatening in the communication. Luo Feng, if you fail to recognize my generosity, do not blame me for resorting to certain measures. Do you not care for the safety of your countless fellow beings on Earth? In the vastness of space, the King of Nightmares wore a dark expression, commanding, take action, capture the inhabitants of a city and bring them aboard. Let us see if he dares to remain defiant. A malevolent immortal, having attained the rank of Marquis, grinned as he unleashed his divine hand towards the Kyoto-based city. In a moment of peril, a calm voice resonated, seemingly emanating from the heavens, yet echoing within the depths of every soul. In an instant, time and space across the globe came to a standstill. The wind stilled. Clouds halted, and silence enveloped all. The King of Nightmares and his immortal followers, along with the descending divine hand, were all ensconced as if trapped within a formless amber, rendered immobile. Even their thoughts seemed frozen, leaving only an overwhelming sense of horror to surge within the depths of their consciousness. Li Wei's azure-robed divine power avatar appeared silently before the King of Nightmares, its gaze coldly surveying the unwelcome guests. Is this how the Lord of Erosion teaches you to act as brigands? Li Wei's voice bore no trace of warmth. Yet it sent tremors through the very soul of the King of Nightmares. His gaze fell upon the immortal Marquis who had attacked. Assisting tyranny leads to obliteration. With a mere utterance, the decree was enacted. The immortal Marquis could not even let out a cry. His divine body, along with the essence of immortality, was instantaneously transformed into the most fundamental particles, dissipating into the cosmos. Thus, a Marquis fell into silence. The souls of the King of Nightmares and his companions trembled in fear. What manner of power was this? A cosmic overlord? Perhaps even more formidable? How could Earth conceal such a terrifying entity? Li Wei turned his gaze towards the pale-faced King of Nightmares. Return and inform the Lord of Erosion that the ownership of Earth has been determined. Should you dare to extend your claws again, for every one that dares, I shall slay them. Depart. With a swift motion of his sleeve, the formidable force of time and space enveloped the Night Candle King and his remaining subordinates, along with their spaceship, casting them out of the solar system like refuse. Into the desolate void of the universe, light years away. The oppressive aura over Earth dissipated, and sunlight re-emerged. Li Wei's avatar appeared before Luo Feng. Li Wei, Sr. Luo Feng exclaimed, both shocked and reverent, hastily bowing. The power and demeanor exhibited by Li Wei transcended anything he had previously conceived regarding immortality. Luo Feng. Li Wei's tone softened. There is no need for you to overly concern yourself with Earth affairs. Focus solely on your cultivation. Should a formidable foe arise in the future, you may contact me directly through the virtual universe. Thank you, Senior. Luo Feng expressed his heartfelt gratitude. Li Wei's avatar nodded before vanishing into thin air. In the primordial Secret Realms Palace, Li Wei opened his eyes, sending a message directly to the Chaos City Lord. Lord, the Night Candle King has been expelled. I have dealt with the transgressor. Moments later, the Chaos City Lord replied succinctly, understood. If there are any questions regarding the Great Axe Combat Arena, I shall address them. A slight smile graced Li Wei's lips as he closed his eyes once more. The Chaos Bell chimed softly, and the surrounding space-time deepened in complexity. Although the turmoil on Earth had momentarily settled, he was acutely aware that this was merely the prelude to a far greater tempest. Moreover, his title as the Master of Time and Space would, through this battle, begin to resonate within the upper echelons of his kin. Chapter 82. The Void Sword Trial shakes the demon god. The sovereign's fame resounds across the universe. On the periphery of the Pinnacle Realm, amidst a vast expanse shrouded in endless chaotic currents, Li Wei's figure materialized quietly. Following his profound fusion with the Chaos Bell, not only had his strength significantly increased, but he also felt an inexplicable affinity for the hazardous environment of the Pinnacle Realm, as though the essence of the Chaos Bell resonated with this place, allowing him greater freedom of movement. Having expelled the Night Candle King and communicated with the Chaos City Lord, Li Wei understood that the affairs of Earth were merely the beginning. The emergence of the Chaos Bell, along with his rapidly ascendant status as a cosmic sovereign, would undoubtedly attract the attention and scrutiny of various powers within the cosmic sea. Before a more significant storm approached, he required a genuine battle to hone his newfound strength, to test the limits of the system's integration with the Chaos Bell, and to declare to the cosmic sea that a new pinnacle cosmic sovereign had indeed been born. The site he chose was the outskirts of the Pinnacle Realm. Here, far from the primordial universe, the constraints of rules were relatively weaker, making it a favored locale for cosmic rulers and sovereigns to resolve grievances or seek opportunities, a perfect place for fishing. Li Wei did not deliberately conceal his aura. Instead, he subtly emanated the fluctuations of the time-space laws infused with the essence of the Chaos Bell. This unique pressure, imbued with a hint of primordial chaos and the suppression of the Hongmeng realm, shone like a beacon in the chaotic currents, swiftly drawing the attention of some hidden intentions lurking in the shadows. What a distinctive fluctuation of laws, seemingly containing the ultimate mysteries of time and space. Is this a newcomer? Or has some old entity achieved a breakthrough? This aura evoked a twinge of unease in some minds, prompting a clandestine exchange filled with curiosity and scrutiny, yet most remained cautious, refraining from revealing themselves immediately. Li Wei sat calmly, his legs crossed atop a colossal floating boulder, the ethereal shadow of the Chaos Bell flickering behind him, radiating a faint yet resplendent glow of 5 colors, exuding an aura of sacred grandeur. While he appeared to be in deep meditation, his consciousness was intricately linked with the system and the Chaos Bell, attuned to every subtle shift in the surrounding fabric of time and space, biding his time for a sufficiently weighty sword-testing stone. As time flowed by, several years elapsed. On this particular day, an exceedingly obscure yet profoundly corrosive and illusory intention descended upon this realm, akin to an invisible spider's web, quietly enveloping the area. This malevolent and greedy thought pierced through the void, locking onto Li Wei, specifically targeting the ethereal shadow of the Chaos Bell behind him. A treasure of immeasurable worth. What a formidable resonance of a supreme treasure. It harbors the essence of time and space, and it rightfully ought to be mine. A sharp, chilling voice resounded deep within Li Wei's soul, laden with temptation and oppression. In an instant, the void ahead of Li Wei was torn asunder like a curtain, revealing a massive figure composed of countless phantoms, its form twisting and shifting unpredictably. It bore no fixed shape, at times resembling a fearsome demon, at others a wisp of ethereal smoke, emanating an overwhelming aura of illusory divine power, its oppressive might far surpassing that of the cosmic overlords. It was unmistakably a sovereign of the universe, the illusory, true demon. Li Wei instantly recognized the intruder. This was a solitary cosmic sovereign from the ocean of the universe, known for its erratic temperament and expertise in soul attacks and the path of illusion, frequently preying upon isolated cosmic dignitaries and overlords, its reputation notorious. Clearly, it had been drawn by the unique aura of the supreme treasure exuded by the Chaos Bell. Child, relinquish the bell-shaped treasure behind you, and I shall spare your life. The voice of the illusory true demon was rife with seduction, simultaneously laced with a powerful soul assault, attempting to dismantle Li Wei's resolve. Under such a soul attack, even an ordinary cosmic overlord would likely succumb instantly. However, deep within Li Wei's soul, the system shimmered with a soft glow, and the Chaos Bell emitted a gentle tremor, releasing an aura of profound energy. The soul assault, capable of ensnaring even the pinnacle of overlords, merely brushed past him like a gentle breeze over a mountaintop, failing to disturb him in the slightest. Li Wei gradually opened his eyes, his gaze serene as he regarded the illusory, true demon. You desire it? Come and take it yourself. Arrogant. The illusory, true demon, incensed by the futility of its soul attack, erupted in fury. Its vast illusory form solidified in an instant, transforming into a colossal hand that overshadowed the stars, seemingly harboring countless illusory worlds within, imbued with the terrifying power to erode all that is real. And it struck down upon Li Wei with great force. This was one of the illusory, true demon's ultimate techniques, the 10,000 Phantoms Desolation Palm. Under such a strike, an ordinary top-tier cosmic overlord would be nearly obliterated upon impact, their divine form eroded beyond recognition. Yet, faced with the wrath of a cosmic sovereign, Li Wei's expression remained unchanged, his thoughts barely stirring. Ding! A sound akin to a distant bell echoed softly. The ethereal shadow of the Chaos Bell solidified in an instant, its yellow and black radiance surging forth, enveloping him within a 1,000-mile radius. Surrounding the bell were the sun, moon, and stars, as well as the elements of earth, water, fire, and wind, forming an indomitable barrier. Boom. The 10,000 Phantoms Desolation Palm struck against the yellow and black shield, unleashing a tempest of terrifying energy capable of annihilating entire star systems. However, the luminous shield merely rippled gently, absorbing and countering the force of his palm. A portion of the ethereal corrosive energy was even rebounded by the profound resonance of the chaotic bell. What? The illusory, true demon god was utterly astonished. As if he had struck an ancient and indestructible sacred artifact, the recoil causing his divine form to sway slightly. This treasure possesses such formidable defenses? He pondered inwardly, urging his system to absorb and convert the energy, while the chaotic bell deflected and rebounded most of the attacks. A minuscule amount of bizarre corrosive energy managed to penetrate the defenses and act upon Li Wei's divine body. Yet, this energy was swiftly and silently absorbed by the system within him, transforming into pure realm value that infused his divine power and soul, subtly enhancing his resistance to the illusory path. Indeed, it is effective, Li Wei affirmed in his heart. The synergy between the system and the chaotic bell flawlessly achieved a dual defense. External attacks were first mitigated by the chaotic bell, with the remaining energy subsequently absorbed and transformed by the system, rendering it harmless and even beneficial. Illusory, true demon god, receive my strike. Li Wei rose, his eyes ablaze with battle intent. He formed his fingers like a blade, the immense divine power from his thousand-fold genetic level surging forth, intertwining the perfected spatial laws with the profound temporal laws, invoking a fragment of the chaotic bell's might to suppress time and space, unleashing a sudden strike. Temporal rift. A grayish blade of light tore through the chaos. As it passed, time and space seemed forcibly stripped away, creating an absolute void. This strike not only embodied unparalleled offensive power, but also carried a formidable effect of temporal confinement. The illusory true demon god sensed the disquieting temporal force within the blade light, his expression shifting as he hurriedly executed his movement technique to evade. However, the space around him instantaneously became exceedingly viscous, and the flow of time turned chaotic, slowing his actions by a fraction. Sizzle. The gray blade of light grazed a portion of the illusory, true demon god's divine body, though it did not inflict severe damage. It nonetheless tore a gash in his ethereal form, causing a significant loss of divine power. You can actually harm me. The illusory true demon god was both astonished and enraged. He was the master of the universe, though merely a standard first-tier cosmic sovereign. To be injured by a cosmic overlord was a profound humiliation. Very well, today, I shall refine you and seize your treasure. The illusory, true demon god descended into madness, unleashing a torrent of powerful secret techniques, enveloping the illusory world, his soul shrieking incessantly in an attempt to completely drown Li Wei. Yet, Li Wei remained steadfast, employing the unparalleled defense of the system in conjunction with the chaotic bell, maintaining his position with composure. He either withstood the onslaught with the chaotic bell or utilized the movement technique from temporal mutation to traverse the gaps between attacks, simultaneously launching successive temporal blade strikes to engage with the illusory, true demon god. He did not seek an immediate victory over his adversary, as that was still somewhat unrealistic for one newly entering the realm of cosmic overlords. His purpose is to utilize the immense pressure of a cosmic master to hone his combat skills, become adept in the utilization of the Chaos Bell, and simultaneously allow the system to absorb various forms of penetrating damage energy, such as physical impacts, energy erosion, soul fluctuations, and illusory powers, transforming it into realm value to solidify his foundation, while subtly advancing his comprehension of the laws of time, particularly the concept of stillness within it. The battle continued for several days. The illusory, true demon god grew increasingly alarmed. He realized that the young man before him resembled a turtle shell, with an absurdly formidable defense. Most of his attacks proved ineffective, and those that did penetrate seemed to vanish into an abyss. Although the opponent's temporal spatial assaults posed no immediate threat to his essence, they were exceedingly cunning, embodying temporal and spatial mysteries that proved quite troublesome. What frustrated him further was the impression that the adversary was treating him as a sparring partner, with his aura becoming more harmonious and profound amidst the battle. This young man is peculiar. That bell-shaped treasure must possess significant origins. The illusory, true demon god began to entertain thoughts of retreat, engaging in a desperate struggle with an extraordinarily defensive individual for a treasure that was temporarily out of reach seemed folly. Humph, young man, today you are fortunate. This demon god has pressing matters to attend to. I shall take your life another day. The illusory, true demon god feigned a move, and his colossal form instantaneously transformed into countless phantoms, merging into the void and vanishing from sight. Li Wei did not pursue. He stood in place, feeling the slight enhancement of his divine power, a result of absorbing and transforming some of the Cosmic Master's attacking energy, alongside a deeper understanding of the temporal spatial laws. A satisfied smile gracing his face. This battle had wholly fulfilled its purpose. He believed that before long, news of a newly emerged cosmic overlord, wielding a mysterious bell-shaped treasure, having engaged in a days-long undefeated battle against the illusory, true demon god at the periphery of the Pinnacle Realm, would spread like a tempest throughout the myriad forces of the cosmic sea. The name, Temporal Spatial Overlord, Li Wei would no longer be confined to the elite of humanity, but would resonate throughout the vast cosmos. Having completed his trial of the sword, it was time to return. Li Wei sensed the direction and took a step forward, his figure melding into the temporal spatial fabric as he embarked on a grand displacement toward the primordial universe. Chapter 83. The Law's Return to Origin, Comprehending Time and Space. A thought-S cycle from beginning to end. At the headquarters of the Virtual Universe Company, within the depths of the primordial secret realm, in Li Wei's exclusive divine sanctuary, following his battle with the illusory, true demon god, and the subsequent rise to fame within the cosmic sea, Li Wei did not linger outside but returned directly to his stronghold. Through this confrontation, he gained a clearer understanding of his current strength. Backed by the system and the Chaos Bell, he had secured an undefeated position among cosmic overlords and could even contend with the most ordinary first-tier cosmic masters. However, to truly navigate the cosmic sea with authority, crossing the threshold of cosmic master rank was essential. Inside the Sanctuary's training chamber, time and space were completely isolated. With a vast disparity in flow rates between the interior and the exterior, Li Wei sat cross-legged, his mind sinking into his divine kingdom. In the center of this kingdom, the Chaos Bell floated serenely, its mysterious yellow aura cascading down, nurturing all things and stabilizing time and space. The system, formless and intangible, was closely intertwined with the essence of his soul, the Chaos Bell, and the entirety of his divine kingdom. The crystal formed from the heart of time and space, under the radiance of the Chaos Bell, became increasingly resplendent, embodying the ultimate mysteries of time and space. The master of the universe must thoroughly comprehend the laws of time and space and achieve a perfect synthesis. Li Wei reflected on his cultivation system. He had already perfected the law of space and delved deeply into the law of time, with only the final step remaining for complete enlightenment. However, before that, the accumulation of lower-level laws must not be overlooked, for they serve as the foundation of the cosmos and are beneficial for understanding the essence of time and space. He first directed his attention towards the remaining 7 lower-level laws, aside from the law of light, metal, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, and thunder. Methodically comprehending these laws, even with Li Wei's exceptional talent, would require an extensive passage of time to grasp them all fully. Yet at this moment, he possessed an unprecedented advantage. The system, an existence that transcends rules, has the ability to absorb all harm and transform it. This essence does not merely apply to tangible energy, but seems to also analyze the fundamental laws that constitute harm. In the past, Li Wei primarily utilized the realm values derived from this transformation to enhance his energy reserves and foundational comprehension of the laws. However, after deeply merging with the Chaos Bell, the system appeared to have activated a deeper capacity, a direct ability to extract and analyze the information of the cosmic fundamental laws. With a thought, Li Wei actively guided the Chaos Bell to emit a barely perceptible ripple of Taoist essence, infused with the transformations of earth, water, fire, and wind, which gently touched him. This ripple itself bore no harm, yet the law information it contained was exceedingly intricate and profound. System, analyze and absorb the mysteries of the lower-level laws contained within. The moment the command was given, the system shimmered with light as the Taoist ripple was instantaneously decomposed and absorbed. Subsequently, a vast influx of information regarding the sharpness of metal, the vitality of wood, the continuity of water, the ferocity of fire, the weightiness of earth, the agility of wind, and the swiftness of thunder surged into Li Wei's sea of consciousness, akin to an enlightening awakening. This sensation was not merely a simple impartation of knowledge. It felt as though he had personally experienced countless instances of the condensation of metal elements, the flourishing and withering of flora, the rushing of rivers, the burning of flames, the transformation of the earth, the caress of gentle breezes, and the reverberations of thunder. The essence, characteristics, and operational principles of each lower-level law were comprehended and mastered by him at an astonishing speed. This was not the Chaos Bell directly bestowing comprehension of the laws. Rather, the system, with its extraordinary ability, efficiently transformed the cosmic foundational law information recorded within the Chaos Bell, an artifact suppressing the elements of earth, water, fire, and wind, into a form that Li Wei could directly absorb. In the blink of an eye, the light of the laws illuminated Li Wei's entire being. The resplendent golden light embodied an indomitable will. The vibrant green exuded boundless vitality. The azure waves rippled with a rhythm that was both gentle and fierce. The crimson flames burned with a fervent passion that consumed all. The profound yellow radiance carried the essence of unity among all things. The invisible currents manifested an omnipresent freedom. The wild silver serpents tore apart the boundaries between destruction and rebirth. The 7 lower laws, which would typically require countless eons of arduous cultivation to grasp their essence, astonishingly reached a state of perfection within mere days in the training chamber, due to the extraordinary synergy of the system and the Chaos Bell. Coupled with the already perfected law of light, All 8 foundational lower laws of the universe fell under Li Wei's dominion. His divine body structure became increasingly perfect and stable, resulting in a dramatic enhancement of his perception and absorption efficiency of cosmic energy. The entire divine realm, now fortified by the perfection of these foundational laws, became more tangible, stable, and its scope expanded rapidly, organically evolving into more complex natural phenomena. Achieving perfection in the 8 lower laws felt akin to unveiling the mysteries of the universe's foundational framework. Li Wei, deeply aware of his transformation, was astounded by the terrifying effects brought forth by the amalgamation of the system and the chaos bell. This laid an incredibly solid foundation for his future breakthroughs into true divinity and the pursuit of even higher realms. The perfection of the lower laws acted as a solidification of the foundation, elevating his comprehension of the laws of time and space to new heights. His focus now entirely rested on the final 3 profound mysteries of the law of time: acceleration, deceleration, and stillness. These 3 mysteries epitomize the ultimate application of the law of time and serve as critical rungs on the ladder to becoming the master of the universe. Time acceleration pertains to the evolution of matter and the progression of life, encompassing the essence of energy flow and entropy increase. Conversely, time deceleration counters entropy, prolonging processes and testing one's inverse control over the rules of the universe. The ultimate concept of time stillness exists almost paradoxically, demanding that a localized region of space-time be plunged into absolute stasis in an instant, freezing all things, halting thought, with only the spellcaster remaining transcendent. Li Wei's consciousness delved into the heart of space-time, while simultaneously invoking the supreme rhythm of the chaos bell that twists the fabric of time and space. The system activated once more, aiding in the analysis of the profound mysteries of the essence of time. He first contemplated time acceleration. Selecting an ordinary plant within the divine realm, with concentrated intent, he summoned the forces of the law of time. Initially, the growth rate of the plant experienced only a slight enhancement, increasing several-fold or even dozens of times. However, as his understanding deepened, guided by the system's precise analysis and the rhythm of the chaos bell, his mastery over the flow of time accelerated exponentially. 100-fold, 1,000-fold, 10,000-fold. Before his eyes, the plant underwent the entire cycle of germination, growth, flourishing, withering, and decaying at a visibly accelerated pace, as if a millennium had passed in mere moments. His understanding of acceleration swiftly approached perfection. Next came time deceleration. Once again, with the same plant, reformed, the surrounding flow of time began to thicken and slow. The plant's growth nearly halted, with leaves falling at a snail's pace. From 10-fold deceleration to 100-fold, then 1,000-fold. Li Wei experienced the profound sense of control that came with slowing everything down, resisting the inherent flow of time, and rapidly mastering the essence of deceleration. Finally, he faced the most challenging and crucial aspect: time stillness. Li Wei concentrated fully, attempting to merge the stabilization of spatial law with the ultimate deceleration of time, pursuing that fleeting moment of eternity. Once, failure, the surrounding space-time was in disarray. Twice, failure, the flora and fauna disintegrated. Thrice after countless failures. Under the guidance of the system's formidable analytical prowess and the chaotic bell suppression of the temporal realm, Li Weifu reached a moment of enlightenment. He extended his right index finger and gently pointed towards the void ahead. Silence enveloped the atmosphere. With a word, the spell was cast. Centered on the tip of his finger, the space-time within a radius of 100 meters abruptly froze. Floating dust, flowing energy, even the oscillations of the laws, all succumbed to absolute stillness. It was as if a painting had been eternally solidified, although the area was modest and the duration merely a fleeting instant. It was indeed a complete cessation of time. Success. A radiant divine light erupted in Li Wei's eyes. At the very moment he initially grasped the profound mystery of time suspension. The perfected spatial laws within him resonated powerfully with the nearly comprehended laws of time. Only a final thread of fusion remained. The entire divine realm trembled, and the chaotic bell emitted a joyous chime, releasing more of the mysterious yellow energy. Li Wei's aura began to surge uncontrollably. His divine power and the essence of his soul underwent a dramatic metamorphosis. A vague yet clear path to the realm of the universe master unfolded beneath his feet. What he needed now was perhaps merely a period of seclusion, an epiphany, or a sufficiently challenging battle to achieve complete fusion of time and space, thereby stepping into that long-desired realm. Fusion of time and space. The universe master. Li Wei suppressed the excitement within. Knowing that the final step was crucial and could not be rushed, he gradually reined in his aura, concluding this deep retreat. Time had not advanced significantly in the outside world, yet his strength had undergone a transformative change. It was time to venture out. Perhaps the opportunity awaited him beyond. Chapter 84. The tower calms the starry river of infinite tribulations. The secret art begins to astonish the universe. At the headquarters of the Virtual Universe Company, having initially grasped the profound mystery of time suspension and sensed the threshold of the universe master, Li Wei did not hastily force his way through the final fusion barrier. He understood well that the firmer the foundation, the stronger the power upon breakthrough. Presently, he had 3 pressing tasks to accomplish to further elevate the level of his life genes. To secure a suitable protective treasure for his parents, the Star Seal was most fitting, and to create his own strongest secret art as a universe master. The ideal location that could simultaneously fulfill these 3 conditions was undoubtedly the perilous and legendary Star Tower of the outer battlefield. The Star Tower, forged by a king of gods, possesses boundless power and automatically seals a portion of time and space. The sealing stars it expels are precious treasures capable of driving even the universe sovereigns to madness, effectively used to confine and ensnare foes. For Li Wei, while he might not yet be able to claim the Star Tower itself, its internal environment, especially the energy surges triggered by the emergence of the sealing stars and the ensuing chaos among powerful adversaries, served as an exceptional training ground. With a resolute heart, Li Wei quietly departed from the primordial secret realm, utilizing divine transmission to swiftly arrive at the 7th battlefield beyond the domain. Heading towards the towering Star Tower that suppresses countless galaxies. The closer he approached the Star Tower, the more he could feel the heart-stopping, formidable pressure emanating from it. The tower loomed grandly, stretching into the depths of the starry sky, surrounded by innumerable fragments of stars and realms. With the very fabric of space-time warping and stabilizing due to its presence. This was an immortal grave, a battlefield for the exalted, where cosmic sovereigns and occasionally even avatars of the rulers of the universe would manifest. Li Wei restrained his aura, transforming into an inconspicuous flash of light, effortlessly penetrating the outer restrictions of the Star Tower and entering the inner world. The interior space was vast and boundless, filled with various perilous secret realms and winding passages. The air thick with the essence of metal and earth attributes, while deeper within, a soul-shaking malevolence faintly resonated. Unlike other intruders who hastily sought treasures, he relied on the Chaos Bell's keen perception of space-time to head directly towards the core region, where energy fluctuations were most intense and malevolence most concentrated. There lay the most likely site for the eruption of the sealed star, as well as the arena for the fiercest clashes among the powerful. Months later, Li Wei arrived in a vast expanse known as the Vortex Secret Realm. Here, the space was twisted, forming countless massive energy whirlpools, from which sealed stars occasionally erupted. At this moment, dozens of powerful beings had gathered within the secret realm, predominantly cosmic exalted ones, including several top-tier sovereigns, and faintly, the presence of an avatar of a cosmic ruler lurked in the shadows. All eyes were fixated on the largest vortex at the center, which was violently spinning, emanating a terrifying gravitational pull and energy storm. The sealed star is about to emerge. A sovereign roared, instantly heightening the tension in the air. Li Wei concealed himself within the interstitial void, the phantasm of the Chaos Bell flowing naturally, seamlessly merging his aura with the surrounding space-time, making it difficult for even a cosmic ruler to detect him without meticulous scrutiny. His aim was not to seize the star, though he would not mind if it came to that, but rather to harness the catastrophic energy shock that would erupt the moment the star emerged, capable of obliterating high-ranking exalted beings. With a thunderous roar, the central vortex suddenly expanded, unleashing a cataclysmic torrent of energy. At the core of this deluge, a black star, radiating boundless sealing power and shimmering with stellar brilliance, slowly materialized. Seize it. In an instant, dozens of exalted beings sprang into action. Various formidable secret techniques and the luminescence of treasured domains ignited, racing madly towards the sealed star while ruthlessly attacking their competitors. Energies collided, divine bodies disintegrated, souls roared, transforming the entire Vortex secret realm into a brutal slaughterhouse. A wave of energy powerful enough to severely injure a top cosmic sovereign, mingled with soul attacks and material impacts, surged towards Li Wei's concealed position. It was coming. Instead of being startled, Li Wei felt elated. He not only refrained from retreating, but actively withdrew part of his concealment, exposing himself to the oncoming torrent of energy. Chaos Bell, protect me. System, absorb and transform with utmost vigor. With a resounding chime, a dark yellow clock shadow materializes, shielding him from the fiercest initial onslaught, mitigating and rebounding the impact. Yet, the residual damage that penetrates the clock shadow's defense, be it the searing energy flows, the sharp fragments of law, or the intangible soul shockwaves, upon contact with his form, is devoured by the system within him as if by a great whale, absorbing high-purity mixed law energy impacts, converting it into realm value, absorbing soul shockwaves of the esteemed level, analyzing fragments of the soul law, fortifying the essence of the soul, absorbing the power of material annihilation, refining the divine body, enhancing the stability of life gene structure. A torrent of information and pure energy surges into Li Wei's limbs and core of the soul. Under the relentless onslaught of this cataclysm, his life gene structure begins to undergo an exceedingly gradual, yet resolutely firm optimization and evolution. 1,000-fold, 1,100-fold, 1,200-fold, the gene levels rise steadily. He resembles a parched sponge, ravenously soaking up all the nutritional damage that permeates this battlefield of slaughter. During this time, a bloodthirsty venerable discovers him, this mere observer, and roars in fury, launching an assault. The outcome is predictable. Their attacks are mostly thwarted by the chaotic clock, while any stray strikes become sustenance for Li Wei, further accelerating his enhancement. After several exchanges, none dare to provoke this enigmatic figure in the azure robe, whose defenses are extraordinary. As he absorbs various damages, he remains fixated on observing the combat styles of the formidable beings in the arena, particularly those of the top overlords and the hidden avatars of the Cosmic Sovereign. The secret techniques they employ, the fusion skills of the laws they wield, and their methods of energy utilization become invaluable references for him. The most potent secret technique of the Cosmic Sovereign necessitates a perfect amalgamation of the laws of time and space, infused with a unique artistic conception and formidable might. In a flash of inspiration, countless ideas ignite in Li Wei's mind. He integrates his own advantages, system, resolving myriad laws, encompassing countless tribulations, standing invincible. Chaotic clock, suppressing the primordial chaos, stabilizing time and space, impervious to all laws. Laws of time and space, controlling the flow of time and space. Even to the point of stasis. Gene levels exceeding 1,000-fold, a vast foundation of divine power. Various elements intertwine and collide within his thoughts. He observes the eruption and subsidence of energy storms, perceives the distortion and restoration of time and space under terrifying assaults, and comprehends the supreme balance of movement and stillness embodied by the chaotic clock. Time elapses unmeasured. And when yet another sealed star falls into the hands of a demonic overlord amidst fierce contention, the battlefield momentarily quiets. Suddenly, a brilliant light bursts forth from Li Wei's eyes. I have comprehended, with time and space as the foundation, the essence of the chaotic clock as the structure, and the system's capacity to encompass countless tribulations as the soul. This method does not center on slaughter or sealing, but rather on an absolute domain. Within this domain, my will equates to heavenly will. Time and space are governed by my heart. All laws are void. I remain unmoved. Enlightened, he slowly raises his hands. As the divine power within him flows along an extraordinarily profound route, invoking the complete laws of space and the nearly perfected laws of time. The chaotic bell emitted a resonant murmur within his divine realm, infused with a hint of the Tao's essence that suppressed the heavens. A hum echoed as an intangible domain, faintly shimmering with a deep yellow hue, gradually expanded from Li Wei's center. Initially, the domain spanned merely 100 meters, yet it swiftly burgeoned to encompass thousands, then tens of thousands of meters. Within this domain, time and space seemed to succumb to an extraordinary state. The flow of energy became exceedingly sluggish. The fluctuations of laws subdued to their nadir, and even the minds of the revered ones, who had just endured a fierce battle and had yet to regain their composure, felt as if they were ensnared in a quagmire of lethargy. It was as though everything within this domain was forcibly drawn into an almost motionless brink, while Li Wei, at the center, transcended it all, appearing as the sovereign of time and space. The most formidable fusion secret art of the Cosmic Sovereign, temporal and spatial forbidden domain, had taken shape, though still in its nascent form, with vast potential for expansion in range, power, and duration. The inherent suppression of time and space, along with the essence of all laws returning to tranquility, had already reached the echelon of a Cosmic Sovereign's secret art. Particularly, the incorporation of the chaotic bell's suppressive attributes rendered the stability of this domain far superior to the ordinary. What manner of domain is this? My divine power operates at a sluggish pace. Has the flow of time been altered? No, it is the very fabric of space-time that has been constrained. All the revered ones present, including the top-tier overlords and the concealed avatars of Cosmic Sovereigns, gazed in astonishment towards Li Wei, feeling the heart-stirring force of the domain. Gradually, Li Wei retracted the domain, his breath steadying, though his eyes sparkled with divine light. He sensed that after creating this preliminary secret art, his comprehension of the laws of time and space had deepened further, and the final opportunity for fusion seemed to crystallize with greater clarity. His gaze swept across the center of the secret realm, where another sealing star was erupting. He smiled slightly, choosing not to engage in the fray. With a mere wave of his hand, an invisible force of time and space swept through, capturing a sealing star that, while slightly inferior in quality, was sufficient to provoke envy in those who sought to become kings. This one would be quite suitable for his father's adversaries, he mused. Before dissolving into the fabric of time and space, quietly departing from the secret realm, the objectives of this journey had been surpassed. His genetic level had ascended to approximately 1,500 times. He had secured the sealing star, and, most significantly, he had discovered the direction for crafting his own Cosmic Sovereign secret art. Next, he would retreat into seclusion to perfect the temporal and spatial forbidden domain, thereby knocking upon the door of the Cosmic Sovereign. The expedition to the Star Tower had significantly augmented his foundation, rendering the path to the pinnacle ever clearer. Chapter 85. The fusion of time and space. The transformation of the system reflects across the heavens. The journey to the Star Tower yielded rewards far beyond expectations. Not only had his life's genetic level improved to approximately 1,500 times, and had he acquired a sealing star for his parents, but crucially, he had also touched the nascent form of his own Cosmic Sovereign's most powerful secret art, temporal and spatial forbidden domain, bringing him closer to the ultimate fusion of the laws of time and space. He keenly felt that the opportunity for breakthrough had matured. No external stimuli were necessary. Just a thorough retreat into seclusion to allow the natural course of events to unfold. Without the slightest delay, Li Wei returned to the headquarters of the Virtual Universe Company at the swiftest pace, to the temple deep within the primordial secret realm that he completely controlled. In the core training chamber of the temple, time and space were meticulously isolated and reinforced, with the internal flow of time adjusted to an extraordinary degree. Differing from the outside world by a factor of 10,000, Li Wei sat cross-legged in the void, his mind thoroughly immersed in the vast divine kingdom within his body. Within this divine realm, the solidity and reality were enhanced by the perfection of the 8 lower-level laws, where mountains and rivers, sun and moon, and stars operated autonomously, embodying the essence of a complete cosmic prototype. At the center of the divine kingdom, the Chaos Bell floated serenely, with streams of mysterious yellow energy cascading like waterfalls, nurturing all things and stabilizing time and space. The system, formless and intangible, interconnected every corner of the divine kingdom like a neural network, perfectly merging with Li Wei's soul origin, the Chaos Bell, and the heart of time and space. The master of the universe, united with time and space, spoke, and the laws followed. Li Wei's consciousness transcended infinitely, as if merging with the entire divine kingdom. Under his guidance, the already flawless spatial laws combined with the comprehended intricacies of acceleration, deceleration, and stillness of the temporal laws, began the ultimate collision and fusion. This was not a mere superimposition of power, but rather the essential merging of 2 cosmic source laws, allowing time to imbue space with change, enabling space to carry the passage of time, thereby creating a truly vibrant world with complete dimensions of time and space. Space became the universe, time became the cosmos, and thus the universe was formed. The understanding of the essence of the universe echoed in Li Wei's mind. Using his self-created secret method of time-space forbidden domain as a foundation, he pushed the concept of fusion to its utmost limit. The combination of spatial confinement and temporal stillness formed an absolute domain of imprisonment. The intertwining of spatial strangulation and temporal acceleration generated a tempest of destruction that changed in an instant. The extension of space combined with the deceleration of time created an almost eternal realm of exile. Initially, the fusion of these 2 laws proved exceedingly difficult, akin to the incompatibility of water and fire, producing intense repulsion that caused the entire divine kingdom to tremble slightly. Yet, Li Wei's will was as firm as iron. Supported by 3 pivotal trump cards. First, the tremor of the Chaos Bell. The bell emitted a gentle chime, radiating the supreme Tao rhythm that suppressed the primordial chaos and stabilized time and space, forcefully smoothing out the turbulent ripples generated by the fusion of time and space, thus providing an absolutely stable framework for the integration. Second, the brilliance of the heart of time and space. This extraordinary object, crafted by the mountain-sitting guest and containing the ultimate essence of time and space, now shone brightly, like a guiding lighthouse, clearly presenting the fundamental merging threads of the temporal laws before Li Wei, saving him from countless detours. Third, and most crucially, the system operated at full power for analysis. The system was no longer merely passively absorbing damage. Instead, it was actively driven by Li Wei, applying its extraordinary analytical capabilities to every subtle point of law conflict and energy paradox emerging from the fusion of time and space laws. These conflicts and paradoxes, for ordinary strong practitioners, posed fatal challenges, where a slight misstep could lead to failure in the fusion and damage to the divine body. However, for Li Wei, these conflicts and paradoxes were, in themselves, an alternative form of harm that propelled his cultivation process. The system absorbed and analyzed the backlash from the fusion of time and space. The command was issued, and the system shimmered with a gentle luminescence. The energies of conflicting laws, potent enough to severely injure or even annihilate the foremost cosmic overlords, were absorbed and decomposed by the system at the moment of their emergence. This intricate information pertaining to the laws was transformed into the purest essence of fusion resources and realm value, which was then relayed to Li Wei, assisting him in discerning the correct path of integration while simultaneously solidifying his divine power foundation. It was akin to him wielding an invincible cheat during the most perilous breakthrough. Any backlash merely became a stepping stone to progress. Under such extraordinary circumstances, the process of temporal and spatial fusion advanced at an unfathomable pace. 10%, 30%, 60%. Li Wei's divine body began to undergo a fundamental metamorphosis. Each of his cells appeared to morph into a miniature space-time continuum, with time flowing and space expanding within. The quality of his divine power surged dramatically, becoming more refined, substantial, and imbued with a trace of chaotic essence. The expanse of his divine realm expanded wildly, with the internal laws becoming increasingly perfected, even birthing the most rudimentary life imprints. As the fusion process approached the critical threshold of 99%, Li Wei encountered the final bottleneck, the last veil that, though seemingly fragile, was incredibly resilient, representing the profound chasm between the mundane and the cosmic sovereign. With a low growl resonating in his heart, Li Wei poured forth all his will, all his divine power. along with a fragment of the primordial resonance from the Chaos Bell, the final brilliance of the heart of time and space, and the vast realm value transformed by the system, coalescing into an unstoppable torrent that fiercely collided with that final barrier. Boom. A cataclysmic sound erupted deep within Li Wei's soul, shattering the veil with a resonant crash. In an instant, the laws of space and time merged flawlessly. Indistinguishable from one another, Li Wei's core will seem to transform into a miniature, complete embryo of the primordial universe, with mastery over time and space. He had become the cosmic sovereign. Yet, at the very moment of his ascension, an unexpected change occurred. The system deep within the essence of his soul appeared to be stirred by the fundamental leap in the host's life level, triggering a deeper mechanism. For the first time, the previously intangible and silent system emanated a clear radiance, a light that embraced all, seemingly containing boundless possibilities within its chaotic hues. Detection. Host life level has ascended to cosmic sovereign. Core system permissions unlocked. Law analysis module upgraded. Energy conversion efficiency maximized. Beginning a profound reflection of the current cosmic sea's foundational law structure. Damage absorption range expanded. Can attempt to analyze and absorb conflicts at the level of rules. A torrent of information, far greater and purer than before, surged into Li Wei's consciousness, encompassing not only a deeper understanding of existing laws, but also faintly touching upon some foundational rule information governing the operation of the cosmic sea. The system's absorption and transformation capabilities seemed to transcend the confines of tangible and intangible attacks, extending into the realms of more abstract rules and concepts. Meanwhile, Li Wei's life genetic level, under the dual influence of the cosmic sovereign and system upgrades, embarked on a new round of frenzied ascension. 1,500 times, 2,000 times, 3,000 times. Ultimately stabilizing at the perfect genetic limit of 10,081 times. This represents the theoretical pinnacle of genetic perfection achievable at the cosmic sovereign stage. It signifies that his divine power reserves and quality far surpass those of other cosmic sovereigns of the same tier. Li Wei slowly opened his eyes, their depths becoming more profound. His left eye seemed to contain boundless space, while his right eye flowed with the river of time. With a mere thought, the space-time within trillions of kilometers naturally submitted, as if he were the absolute ruler of this realm. This is the power of the cosmic sovereign. Li Wei felt the terrifying divine energy surging within him, a magnitude beyond comprehension, coupled with the supreme authority to command time and space. Igniting a boundless ambition within his heart, he gently raised his hand, without invoking any secret arts, merely guiding with his will. And the void before him naturally condensed and compressed into a miniature black hole, which then dissipated into nothingness. His mastery over time and space had reached a realm of effortless control. The system upgraded once more, touching upon the rule's very essence. As Li Wei contemplated his transformation at the perfect genetic level, an unprecedented confidence surged within him. Even as a nascent cosmic sovereign, equipped with the system, the chaotic bell, perfect genetics, and his self-created secret arts, he felt ready to dominate among the cosmic sovereigns. Even when facing those ancient beings who have lived through countless cycles, he believed he might possess the strength to contend with them. Chapter 86. The gift of origin bestows eternity. Clans gather to pay homage to the ancestor. At the precise moment when Li Wei's life genetic level broke through to the perfect limit of 10,081 times, officially becoming a cosmic sovereign, an overwhelming will, far surpassing any formidable presence, vast and ancient, suddenly descended. This will was not aimed at him, but emanated from the primordial ocean of the original universe's fundamental laws. It was pure, grand, devoid of any emotional nuance, merely a recognition and commendation for life evolving to a state of ultimate perfection. Li Wei felt as though he had instantaneously transcended the divine realm, the primordial secret land, even the dimensional space, drawn into an indescribable wondrous state. In this place, there was no up or down, no left or right, no time or space, only the endless radiance of fundamental laws in flux: gold, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, lightning, light, time, space, and even more fundamental laws beyond his comprehension, woven together like a magnificent aurora, forming an infinite ocean. This was the origin of the primordial universe. Only those whose life genetic levels reached perfection, capable of resonating with the cosmic laws, could be deemed extraordinary geniuses worthy of being drawn to this moment, to receive the bounty of the cosmic origin. Buzz. The endless radiance of laws, as if drawn by an unseen force, converged towards the core of Li Wei's consciousness. This convergence was not a forceful imposition, but a harmonious resonance. His perfect genetic structure acted as a unique key, unlocking a sliver of the cosmic origin treasury. A torrent of pure primordial energy surged into his consciousness, yet it was not merely a gift. The true endowment came with a profound revelation of the essence of universal laws, accompanied by a unique arcane talent naturally derived from the primordial will of the universe. Based on his own life imprint and perception of these laws, under the baptism in this realm of origin, Li Wei gained a deeper understanding of the temporal and spatial laws he had previously merged with, and the connection between the 8 lower laws and time and space became clearer. His soul felt as though it had been cleansed, becoming more transparent and resilient. This elevation was essential, transcending mere enhancement of divine power, laying an unparalleled solid foundation for his future transcendence to true divinity and even the pursuit of the realm of the void true God. Simultaneously, an immensely complex secret pattern, containing the ultimate mysteries of time and space, naturally crystallized within the depths of his soul. This pattern perfectly resonated with him, as if it were an innate part of his being. The arcane talent, eternal moment. The information emerged with clarity. Once this secret art was invoked, it could create an absolute temporal singularity around oneself. Within this singularity, time fell into absolute stasis, and space transformed into an impenetrable barrier, isolating all laws, energies, and materials from the outside world, epitomizing ultimate defense. Meanwhile, the caster could think, prepare, and even launch a lethal strike within this eternal moment, unaffected. The intensity of this defense was directly related to the caster's mastery over time and space, and the strength of their divine power. The notion of absolute defense and the ultimate application of temporal stasis left Li Wei astounded. This eternal moment harmoniously integrated with his system defenses and the characteristics of the chaotic clock, and when these three elements converged, his ability to preserve his life would reach a level that could instill despair even in the mightiest beings of the universe. The process of bestowal seemed lengthy, yet in the external realm, it transpired in an instant. As Li Wei's consciousness returned to his divine body, the tide of the primordial will of the universe receded. He distinctly felt that his divine body had attained a state of perfection befitting the master of the universe, with divine power reserves boundless due to his perfect genetic lineage, and his soul's essence had undergone a metamorphosis. The secret pattern of the eternal moment had been deeply imprinted in the essence of his soul, ready to be activated at any moment. With perfect genes and the gift of the primordial source, he finally felt he had firmly established his footing at the level of the master of the universe. Li Wei sensed an unprecedented strength within himself, stirring a sense of grandeur in his heart. At that moment, a gentle yet grand voice resonated in his mind. It was the Lord of Chaos. Li Wei, the Lord addressed. I perceive that you have successfully transcended and summoned the ocean of primordial laws of the universe. Congratulations. The Lord's voice carried unmasked satisfaction and awe. With your life gene level now perfected and bestowed by the source, our human race has gained another colossal pillar. According to the customs of our race, all masters of the universe must convene to deliberate and formally recognize you. Prepare yourself. Shortly, I will guide you into the virtual divine hall of the universe. Yes, my lord, Li Wei replied, understanding that this was a formal ceremony to enter the highest decision-making echelon of the human race. After a brief moment, Li Wei's consciousness connected with the virtual universe and was guided to a mysterious realm. Before him stood a majestic and seemingly endless temple, exuding an aura of ancient grandeur, as if it had existed for billions of years. Within the temple lay a colossal circular stone table, surrounded by numerous stone chairs, upon which formidable figures began to materialize, each radiating a powerful presence. Among them were the Chaos Lord enveloped in boundless currents, a wild giant bearing a massive axe, the founder of the axe, who at this moment manifested as a thought, the Lord of Dragonwa clad in jade armor with graying temples, the Flame Lord shrouded in fire, the enigmatic Lord of the Shadowy Ho composed of countless plants, and the Frost Peak Lord, whose aura was chilling. Here gathered the cosmic sovereigns who had left indelible marks on the annals of human history. Li Wei's arrival captured the attention of all. Their gazes reflected a spectrum of emotions: curiosity, scrutiny, admiration, and tranquility. They were all aware that this newly ascended cosmic sovereign had not only traversed the ocean of primordial laws, but also possessed the might of a cosmic overlord during his time as a realm master. Shrouded in mystery, esteemed beings, the Chaos Lord, as the leading figure of the Virtual Universe Company, presided over the gathering, his voice echoing throughout the temple. Today, we convene to celebrate another momentous occasion for our human race. I am pleased to announce that Li Wei has officially broken through and ascended to the status of a cosmic sovereign. Furthermore, his genetic level has achieved perfection, granted by the essence of the universe. Upon hearing this, astonishment flickered in the eyes of several cosmic sovereigns. Perfect genetic level, a grant from the primordial essence. This signified that Li Wei's potential was boundless, with limitless achievements awaiting him in the future. Lord Li Wei, the founder of the Axe, spoke, his voice deep and imbued with warmth. Welcome to the highest council. Your rapid growth is truly remarkable, and our race takes immense pride in you. Thank you, esteemed founder. And thank you to all present, Li Wei replied, offering a respectful nod to the founder and the assembled cosmic sovereigns, maintaining a demeanor of humble confidence. His gaze swept across the assembly, sensing the atmosphere of unity among the core members of the race. Subsequently, the Chaos Lord introduced each cosmic sovereign present to Li Wei, who reciprocated with a formal greeting, establishing their acquaintance. Having achieved his breakthrough, it was customary for Li Wei to receive a title. The Chaos Lord turned to him, stating, "You excel in the laws of time and space, unmatched in defense, and have invoked the primordial grant. Thus, your title shall be." After a moment's contemplation, Li Wei interjected, "Let me be known as the Sovereign of Time and Space." The title was straightforward, aligning perfectly with his path. Sovereign of Time and Space, splendid. The founder of the Axe nodded in approval. Henceforth, our human race shall have Li Wei, the Sovereign of Time and Space. The other cosmic sovereigns also expressed their agreement. Once the formalities were concluded, the Chaos Lord's expression turned solemn as he addressed Li Wei. "Li Wei, now that you stand as a pillar of our human race, you are entitled to know our highest secrets and to meet the true cornerstone of our civilization, the primordial ancestor." The mention of the primordial ancestor stirred something within Li Wei. He understood that this individual was the true stabilizing force of humanity. A legendary figure who had once suppressed an era, enabling the human race to stand at the zenith of existence. The original ancestor, the Lord of Chaos City, exhibited a flicker of complexity and reverence in his eyes. In his ambition to seize the primordial universe, he transgressed the supreme laws and was consequently suppressed eternally by the will of the primordial universe. However, his spirit remained unyielding, residing within his own initial universe. It was the original ancestor who, prior to his suppression, nurtured the Great Axe, thus preserving the esteemed status of our human race among the pinnacle of civilizations. The countenances of the various cosmic sovereigns turned solemn, filled with admiration for the original ancestor. "Now, allow me to escort you to the initial universe to pay homage to the original ancestor," proclaimed the Lord of Chaos City. Following his lead, Li Wei, in consciousness projection, along with the founder of the Great Axe and several other pivotal cosmic sovereigns, entered the initial universe. Suspended at the core of the virtual cosmos, the initial universe, a diminutive cosmos belonging to the original ancestor, though not as vast as the primordial universe, possessed a complete set of laws, albeit on a significantly smaller scale. Here, Li Wei could sense an overwhelming, yet slightly melancholic will enveloping everything. This will was more profound and grand than that of the strongest beings in the cosmos, seemingly merging with the essence of the entire small universe. They arrived at the heart of the initial universe, before a simple thatched cottage. Master, the Lord of Chaos City, the founder of the Great Axe, and others all bowed respectfully. The new generation of cosmic sovereigns, the master of time and space, Li Wei, has come to pay his respects. The door of the thatched cottage opened silently, and although no figure appeared, a gentle and vast will enveloped Li Wei. Li Wei, a calm and warm voice, imbued with infinite wisdom, resonated deep within his soul. "I have anticipated your arrival. You carry an opportunity that even I cannot fully comprehend. Excellent, truly excellent." The will of the original ancestor scrutinized Li Wei with curiosity and approval. "A perfect gene, bestowed by the source. Your potential far exceeds the ordinary. Perhaps the future of our human race will require you to bear greater burdens. You honor me, esteemed ancestor. I shall strive for the benefit of our kin." Li Wei responded with reverence, holding deep respect for this elder who sacrificed his freedom for the race. Indeed, the will of the original ancestor conveyed a sense of reassurance. The cosmic sea is on the brink of upheaval, and the crisis of the boundary beasts lurks in the shadows. Strive to enhance your power. The path of time and space is profoundly mysterious. I hope you can reach its zenith. After this brief exchange, the will of the original ancestor gradually receded. The audience concluded. Exiting the initial universe and returning to the divine hall, Li Wei was filled with myriad emotions. Officially entering the higher echelons of his kin and uncovering the original ancestor's secrets weighed heavily upon him. The master of time and space and the founder of the Great Axe turned their keen gazes towards him, inquiring, "What are your plans moving forward?" A glimmer of determination sparked in Li Wei's eyes. "To solidify my realm and perfect my secret techniques. Then, it will be time to venture into the depths of the cosmic sea and encounter those ancient existences." Chapter 87. Reversing Time and Space to Redeem the Heroic Spirits. Absorbing the recoil to establish a divine foundation. Following the assembly at the Divine Hall and the audience with the original ancestor, Li Wei officially became a member of the highest decision-making body of the human race. He did not rush to delve into the cosmic sea. Instead, he focused on a matter of greater significance within the race, one that only he might attempt to accomplish: the resurrection of the heroic spirits of the ancestors who fell in battle for the rise of humanity. In the palace of the Lord of Chaos City within the initial universe, Li Wei sat opposite the Lord of Chaos. "My lord," Li Wei stated boldly, "I wish to attempt the reversal of time and space to resurrect the fallen cosmic sovereigns of our human race, and even the Lord of the universe." Upon hearing these words, the Lord of Chaos momentarily paused, the currents of energy surrounding him slightly faltering. His gaze turned gravely serious as he looked at Li Wei. "Do you understand the cost of reversing time and resurrecting powerful beings, Li Wei? To resurrect a cosmic sovereign would unleash a backlash powerful enough to severely injure even the foremost lords of the universe, requiring an extensive period for recovery. As for resurrecting the Lord of the universe, the terror of its backlash is such that even I could not withstand it. My divine form would be obliterated in an instant, and I might even face demise. This is a confrontation with the very laws governing the primordial universe." The Lord of Chaos had previously resurrected several immortal kings, yet resurrecting a cosmic sovereign was a gamble he dared not take lightly. I understand, Li Wei replied. His demeanor calm, yet his gaze resolutely firm. It is precisely for this reason that perhaps I alone can attempt this. You should be aware, my lord, that I possess a unique talent that allows me to neutralize myriad laws and absorb damage. The backlash from the reversal of time and space, in a certain sense, is a form of extreme damage, a punitive force originating from the fundamental rules of the universe. The Lord of Chaos's eyes narrowed. He recognized Li Wei's extraordinary defensive capabilities, but was astonished that he would dare to entertain the notion of manipulating the backlash from time reversal. This idea was indeed astounding, yet not entirely devoid of possibility. If successful, its significance for the human race would be immeasurable. What are your chances of success? The Lord of Chaos inquired, his voice laced with an almost imperceptible excitement. I cannot claim absolute certainty, but it is worth attempting, Li Wei responded. I shall begin with the resurrection of the cosmic sovereign. If I can withstand the backlash and derive benefits from it, I will then consider the resurrection of the Lord of the universe. He requested the Lord to provide a list of potential candidates, preferably those who had fallen not too long ago and had made significant contributions to their race. The Lord of Chaos regarded Li Wei intently, observing his steadfast resolve and discernment, and chose not to dissuade him further. With a wave of his hand, a luminous screen appeared, displaying dozens of names along with brief information, cosmic sovereigns from human history who had perished and held value for resurrection, including a few names of lords of the universe, such as the Mentor of Kadi, though the truly top-tier lords from the primordial era had fallen too long ago, making their resurrection exponentially more difficult, and thus were not currently considered. This one, the Star Abyss Demon Lord, is a supreme cosmic overlord from our virtual universe company, who perished while single-handedly battling 3 demon overlords to cover the retreat of his kin on the battlefield of the 6th domain. Having fallen less than 100 million epochs ago, this one, the Northern Frontier King, from the Giant Axe combat arena lineage, was killed by a cosmic sovereign of the Divine Eye race while vying for treasures in a perilous cosmic sea. And then there is this one. Each name carried with it a poignant and stirring epic of valor, serving as an indispensable cornerstone for the human race's ascendancy. Let us begin with the Star Abyss Demon Lord, Li Wei declared, selecting his target. The time since his demise was relatively short, and the backlash appeared manageable. The location was chosen to be an exceptionally stable void within the primordial secret realm. The Lord of Chaos would personally safeguard the endeavor, and the will of the Giant Axe's founder subtly descended to lend its attention. Li Wei hovered at the center of the void, adjusting his breath to elevate his state to its zenith. The ethereal silhouette of the Chaos Bell flickered behind him, while the core of the system operated at full throttle, preparing to confront the unprecedented damage wrought by the rules. Commence. Li Wei's gaze sharpened, and the overwhelming divine power of the universe master erupted forth. Invoking the laws of time and space, he raised his hands, and the fabric of reality before him began to warp, as if the river of time were forcibly manipulated, causing scenes from the past to rapidly rewind. Stars flickered out, galaxies returned to their origins, and a succession of bygone images flashed like a film played in reverse. Soon, the visuals crystallized upon a brutal battlefield beyond the realms. A towering figure, shrouded in chains of the star prison, roared as it charged toward 3 overlords of the demon race, its divine power boiling to its peak, on the verge of self-detonation. Stabilize. Li Wei commanded in a low voice, his formidable will piercing through the past, locking onto that majestic figure at the moment just before the star prison demon lord's demise. Return. He abruptly yanked both hands back, attempting to forcibly draw the figure from the annals of time into the present. Boom. At that instant, the primordial rules of the universe were incensed. An indescribable, irresistible force, embodying the will of the entire cosmos, surged forth like the weight of countless chaotic worlds crashing down, cascading through the river of time and striking Li Wei. This force was not merely a physical or energetic impact. It directly engaged with the essence of life, the imprint of the soul, and the very concept of existence. It sought to erase Li Wei's interference with history and punish this audacious transgressor. The hearts of the Chaos City Lord and the Giant Axe founder leaped to their throats. This backlash of power was far more terrifying than they had anticipated. Yet, in the face of this rule-based backlash capable of instantly incapacitating even the most powerful cosmic masters, Li Wei's eyes widened, not with fear, but with an astonishing brilliance. System. Absorb and transform with all might. The Chaos Bell resonated with an unprecedented roar, its deep yellow radiance surging forth, striving to resist and diminish the crushing force of the rules. However, an overwhelming quantity of indescribable, rule-erasing power penetrated the defenses, directly impacting the core of Li Wei's life. In this critical moment, the system's brilliance shone with unparalleled splendor. The all-encompassing hues of chaos resembled an unfathomable black hole, a source that embraced everything, voraciously absorbing this terrifying backlash of rules. Absorbing ultra-high-intensity cosmic rule backlash energy, analyzing energy properties, temporal paradox correction force, existence concept, erasure power, transforming into special realm value, optimizing life gene structure. Warning, energy level exceedingly high, maximizing transformation efficiency. An unimaginable agony surged forth, the pain of life's essence being scourged by the force of the rules. Yet, simultaneously, Li Wei distinctly felt his life gene structure undergoing earth-shattering transformations. Nourished by the special energy transmuted by the system, the bottleneck of 10,081 times perfect gene has begun to loosen. 11,000 times, 13,000 times, 15,000 times. His genetic structure has become increasingly intricate, increasingly perfect, and closer to the essence of the universe's origin. Each cell seems to exult, greedily absorbing the nourishment derived from the backlash of the rules. Before him, the towering figure from the past, after resisting a wave of temporal rejection, has finally been successfully drawn back to the present. The surrounding temporal anomalies gradually subside. The Lord of the Star Abyss has been resurrected successfully. A hint of confusion flickers in his eyes, which soon clear as he recognizes the Chaos Lord and Li Wei before him, feeling the undeniable reality of his existence. Suddenly enlightened, he trembles with excitement. I have been resurrected? Is it the Lord, and who is this? The Chaos Lord. Observing the fluctuating yet evidently undamaged essence of Li Wei, whose power seems to have subtly intensified, is engulfed by tumultuous emotions. He has truly accomplished it. Moreover, it appears he has gained immense benefits from that terrifying backlash. The Star Abyss, it is the master of time and space, Li Wei, who has reversed time to bring you back to life. The Chaos Lord suppresses his astonishment and speaks to the Lord of the Star Abyss. The Lord of the Star Abyss gazes at Li Wei in shock, bowing deeply. Star Abyss, I express my gratitude to the master of time and space for this rebirth. Li Wei nods slightly, feeling the tremendous power surging within him as his genetic level soars to nearly 20,000 times. And sensing the system's enhanced adaptability to the power of the rules fills him with exhilaration. This path is viable. Furthermore, it serves as a shortcut to the legendary 100,000 times genetic level. Lord, proceed. Li Wei gazes intently at the next name on the list, the next candidate. The King of the Northern Frontier. The Chaos Lord, witnessing the unwavering confidence in Li Wei's eyes, is flooded with boundless hope. Perhaps this emerging master of time and space can indeed create miracles, not only resurrecting the heroic spirits of humanity, but also propelling himself to an unprecedented pinnacle. The glory of humanity may very well enter a new chapter because of him. And within this monumental act of reversing time, Li Wei's legend is further embellished. He intends to use the wounds of the universe's most fundamental rules as kindling, igniting the eternal flame of his life's evolution, and step forward with resolute strides towards the 100,000 times embodiment of the rules. Chapter 88. The 10,000 times gene mastering the rules. The underlying current of a thriving clan. The primordial secret realm, a void specifically designated for reversing time, has become the focal point of the highest echelons of the human race. Following the successful resurrection of the Lord of the Star Abyss, the master of time and space, Li Wei did not pause. Under the protection of the Chaos Lord and the founder of the Great Axe, Consciousness, he embarked on a journey of resurrection that can only be described as audacious. One by one, the esteemed cosmic sovereigns, who left their indelible mark on the history of the human race yet met untimely demise, are drawn back to the present by Li Wei from the River of Time. The King of the Northern Frontier, the Sovereign of Celestial Crossbows, the Sovereign of Ice Helium. Each resurrection is accompanied by the overwhelming wrath and terrifying backlash of the primordial cosmic source rules. The formidable force that could deter even the supreme masters of the cosmos surged towards Li Wei like an apocalyptic tide. Yet, Li Wei stood resolute. Akin to an ancient and eternal rock or an unfathomable black hole, unwavering and capable of engulfing all streams of energy. The chaotic bell hung high, with streams of primordial energy cascading down, diminishing the most violent impacts of the rules and stabilizing them. The core of the system operated at unprecedented efficiency, absorbing, analyzing, and transforming the supreme power of rules imbued with temporal paradoxes and existential corrections. As each revered figure was resurrected, Li Wei endured a baptism of rules that tested his limits. Excruciating pain was inevitable, a manifestation of the fundamental essence of life being forcibly transformed and elevated. Yet, his divine body, his soul, the very foundational code of his existence, underwent a profound metamorphosis through these repeated encounters with the rules. When the last resurrectable cosmic master, the Heartburn Master, successfully returned to the realm, Li Wei floated silently in the void, closing his eyes to savor the transformation within. His genetic level had stabilized at approximately 32,000 times, a terrifying figure that surpassed the realm of perfect genetic levels, unprecedented in the annals of cosmic history. At this level, Li Wei perceived certain extraordinary subtleties. 1. Affinity for rules. His awareness of the various laws of the cosmic essence had sharpened exponentially, particularly regarding the laws of time and space, flowing with unprecedented fluidity, as if the cosmic rules exhibited significantly reduced resistance towards him, even hinting at a nascent affinity. The potency of his techniques, such as temporal transformation or eternal instant, surged while their consumption diminished. 2. Transformation of divine power. Divine power transcended mere energy aggregation. now imbued with subtle rule characteristics, becoming more refined and resilient, naturally suppressing lower-tier divine power. The potency of his divine energy, of equivalent volume, far surpassed that of his peers among cosmic masters. 3. Penetration of will. His will seemed more effortlessly capable of permeating the deeper layers of time, space, and matter, granting him an astonishing mastery over domains. He sensed that, should he deploy temporal barrier again, its scope and suppressive force would achieve a qualitative leap. 4. Life magnetism. Without conscious effort, an invisible magnetic field emanated from his elevated life level. While this field did not directly suppress lower life forms, it evoked a natural sense of awe and harmony within them, making it difficult to harbor intense hostility. This sensation led Li Wei to realize that he was gradually transforming into a living embodiment of rules. At a staggering 30,000-fold genetic level, one has barely grazed the threshold of the rule-embodied realm. Although the ultimate perfection of 100,000-fold remains a considerable distance away, the path ahead is unmistakably clear. Surrounding him are 18 resurrected human cosmic dignitaries, having emerged from their initial confusion and excitement. They now gaze with utmost reverence, some even with fervent admiration, upon the figure clad in azure robes at the center of the void. It is Li Wei, the master of time and space, who has granted them a second life. This grace is akin to rebirth. With heartfelt gratitude and loyalty, the 18 dignitaries, led by the Lord of the Star Abyss, bow deeply, their voices resounding through the cosmos. The Lord of Chaos observes this scene, his heart stirred by tumultuous waves. In a fleeting moment, the human race has inexplicably gained 18 cosmic sovereigns, among whom are formidable overlords, resulting in a significant enhancement of their collective strength. This is entirely attributable to Li Wei alone. His worth transcends the valuation of ordinary treasures and secret realms. Li Wei, the Lord of Chaos, conveyed telepathically, a note of concern lacing his tone. Resurrecting such a multitude of dignitaries consecutively incurs a backlash. Can you still endure? Do you require rest? Li Wei opened his eyes, the divine light within them restrained yet profoundly deep. A gentle smile graced his lips. Rest assured, my lord. Although the backlash is fierce, it remains within manageable limits. Furthermore, with each instance I endure, my foundation solidifies a fraction more. His gaze shifted towards the few names remaining on the list, those cosmic sovereigns whose demise was relatively recent, thus presenting a possibility of resurrection, unlike the ancient beings from the primordial era, whose revival poses insurmountable challenges. Perhaps, it is time to attempt the resurrection of a cosmic sovereign. Li Wei's voice was calm, yet it sent tremors of astonishment through the Lord of Chaos and the clandestinely observing founder of the Great Axe. Resurrecting a cosmic sovereign? The backlash from such an endeavor is tenfold, 100-fold more terrifying than that of reviving dignitaries. Has Li Wei truly acquired such confidence? What is your level of certainty? The founder of the Great Axe's thoughts materialized, his tone grave. Above 50%. Li Wei assessed the system's current capacity for endurance and transformation, alongside the stability of his 30,000-fold genetic body, revealing a relatively conservative yet astonishing figure. A 50% chance of resurrecting a cosmic sovereign. Should this news circulate, it would incite a frenzy among all factions across the cosmic sea. After a moment of silence, the founder of the Great Axe finally spoke, his voice solemn. Very well. If so, what about the Lord of the Star River as a potential candidate? He perished approximately 30 million epochs ago, having sacrificed a miniature cosmic origin to halt the advance of the insectoid matriarch on the 12th Abyss battlefield. His contribution to the race was immense. The Lord of the Star River was once a formidable cosmic sovereign, closely rivaling the Lord of Chaos. Li Wei nodded in agreement. Just as they prepared to discuss the details, the Lord of Chaos's expression suddenly shifted as he received an urgent message from the Human Intelligence Network of the Cosmic Sea. He turned to Li Wei and the founder of the Great Axe, his tone growing serious. Despite our utmost efforts to keep Li Wei's resurrection of dignitaries confidential, the commotion appears to have attracted the attention of certain factions, especially among the demon, insect, and mechanical races. Their spies stationed near the primordial universe may have detected some anomalous spatial fluctuations and disturbances in the rules. Furthermore, the mountain-sitting guest seems to have shown interest in this matter as well. The grand actions of Li Wei have finally begun to stir the undercurrents of the cosmic sea. Upon hearing this, Li Wei's gaze grew increasingly tranquil, even tinged with a hint of anticipation. There is no harm. It is just the right opportunity to validate my current strength. The revival of the Lord of the Galaxy can be postponed for now. Let me first meet these guests and, in the process, solidify the voice of humanity in the cosmic sea. With a genetic level of 30,000 times, a profound integration of the system and the Chaos Bell, alongside the preliminary formulation of the ultimate secret technique of the cosmic sovereign. Li Wei is eager to ascertain his standing among the cosmic sovereigns. It is time to personally measure the stage of the cosmic sea. Moreover, the burgeoning might of the human race, rising due to him, requires sufficient strength to safeguard and perpetuate it. Beneath the surface currents often lie opportunities that can establish a new order. Chapter 89. Establishing Dominance in the Cosmic Sea. With a flick of the finger to subdue 3 sovereigns, the core leadership of the human race has reached a decisive resolution. in the face of external undercurrents. A formidable response is necessary. Having just accomplished the remarkable resurrection of 18 sovereigns, the temporal and spatial master Li Wei, with his genetic level elevated to 32,000 times, undoubtedly serves as the best candidate to showcase the strength of humanity. His inaugural appearance in the Cosmic Sea is destined to be nothing short of earth-shattering. The designated target is a renowned public area within the Cosmic Sea, the Corridor of 10,000 Races. This place is not a desolate land, but rather a transportation hub connecting various perilous locations, teeming with diverse beings and abundant in information, a splendid stage for demonstrating strength and conveying signals. Li Wei did not make a grand entrance. He remained in his azure robe, calm and composed. With a single step, he vanished from the primordial universe into the vastness of the Cosmic Sea, harnessing his profound mastery over time and space. His speed far surpassed that of ordinary cosmic sovereigns, and he soon reached the periphery of the Corridor of 10,000 Races. The corridor is not a physical entity but a relatively stable expanse of vast void, constrained by invisible forces, spanning tens of thousands of light years. Within this void float fragments of continents, remnants of stars, and temporary strongholds established by various powerful beings. One can often observe uniquely shaped palatial treasures, spacecraft, and powerful beings traversing in their divine forms. Li Wei's arrival did not immediately cause significant ripples. The Cosmic Sea is boundless, filled with unfamiliar faces. He restrained most of his aura, maintaining only the energy fluctuations typical of an ordinary cosmic sovereign, casually selecting a floating meteorite to sit cross-legged upon, as if in quiet contemplation. However, his unique spatial law fluctuations, imbued with a hint of the primordial chaos, along with the harmonious magnetic field naturally emanating from his 30,000-fold genetic level, began to draw the attention of several powerful beings like fireflies in the night. This individual appears unfamiliar, yet his aura seems peculiar. It seems he belongs to the human race. When did humanity gain such a cosmic sovereign? The surrounding space and time are remarkably stable and harmonious, as if he exists as a self-contained entity. Various thoughts exchanged in secrecy. Soon, an unperceptive presence approached to test the waters. Three formidable intentions unmistakably locked onto Li Wei, and with a fluctuation of space. Three distinct figures arranged in a triangular formation surrounded him. One was the Lord of the Celestial Wolves, shrouded in bone armor, exuding a fierce and menacing aura. The second was the insectoid matriarch, composed of countless metallic segments, with compound eyes gleaming with a chilling red light. The third was the mechanical sovereign, entirely constructed from a certain blue crystal, its energy oscillations remarkably stable. These three beings were among the most active cosmic sovereigns of their respective races within the vast universe, their powers ranging between the first and second tiers. They often collaborated to oppress the weak and seize resources in the vicinity of the myriad races corridor. A human, unfamiliar yet intriguing. The Lord of the Celestial Wolves spoke in a raspy voice laced with greed. Seeing you sit here in silence, have you perhaps discovered some treasure? If you are wise, hand it over, and you may be spared from death. They evidently regarded Li Wei as a newcomer to the Cosmic Sea, one who might have stumbled upon fortune and treasure. The insectoid matriarch emitted a piercing psychic wave, exclaiming, "The essence of a human body must possess a delightful flavor." While the mechanical sovereign remained silent, its cold intent also fixed upon Li Wei, its vast computational core analyzing his energy response. Numerous other powerful beings from various races cast their gazes upon the scene, some indifferent, others curious, and many reveling in the misfortune of others. In the Cosmic Sea, the law of the jungle, where the weak are devoured by the strong, remains an unchanging truth. Li Wei slowly opened his eyes, his gaze calmly sweeping over the three cosmic sovereigns, as if they were mere stones by the roadside. Noisy, he uttered simply, yet the words carried an air of disdainful superiority. Infuriated, the Lord of the Celestial Wolves bellowed, seeking death. Its claws ripped through the void, accompanied by a dark glow infused with corrosive laws, lunging towards Li Wei's face. Simultaneously, the insectoid matriarch unleashed an intangible soul shock, akin to millions of poisonous thorns piercing towards the core of Li Wei's soul. The mechanical sovereign released a highly concentrated disintegration beam, aimed directly at Li Wei's vital essence. The three-pronged assault, executed in perfect harmony, possessed the power to severely injure or even annihilate an ordinary second-tier cosmic sovereign in an instant. However, in the face of this fierce onslaught, Li Wei remained seated, showing no inclination to rise. He merely raised his right hand with a gentle motion, seemingly pressing against the void ahead. Calm. With a mere utterance, the laws responded. Domain of time and space, he commanded, unfolding. This was not a full display of power, but rather a localized application. Yet, based on his 30,000-fold genetic level divine strength, driven by a profound comprehension of the laws of time and space, the might of this domain was beyond comparison. Buzz, centered around Li Wei. The time and space within a 1,000-mile radius instantaneously froze. This was no simple spatial blockade. Even the flow of time itself was forcibly suppressed to a nearly stagnant state. The fierce claws of the Lord of the Wolf froze in midair, their dark luminescence seemingly suspended in time. The soul shockwave of the Zerg Queen collided against an invisible, impeccably smooth wall, forcing all malevolent thoughts to dissipate into nothingness. The disintegration beam from the mechanical sovereign slowed drastically in the stilled fabric of time and space, its energy structure destabilizing. The combined might of the three cosmic sovereigns was effortlessly dispelled into the void. What? This is impossible. The Lord of the Wolf, the Queen, and the Sovereign of Crystals were simultaneously struck with horror, feeling as if they were ensnared in an incredibly viscous quagmire of chaos. Their thoughts sluggish and their divine power nearly impossible to wield. This was no ordinary cosmic sovereign's ability. It was at least of the third tier, if not higher. Begone, Li Wei uttered again, his darkened right hand subtly curling. Boom, boom, boom. Three muffled thuds resonated as the solidified time and space morphed into an invisible giant hand, striking fiercely against the divine bodies of the three cosmic sovereigns. The bones of the Lord of the Wolf shattered, the limbs of the Queen fractured, and the crystalline form of the Sovereign of Crystals cracked with fissures. The three cosmic sovereigns were sent hurtling backward as if struck by a high-velocity celestial body, their divine essence instantly diminished by more than half, their eyes filled with boundless terror. In the blink of an eye, they were subdued. Without even moving from his spot or employing any evident treasures, a profound silence enveloped the entire corridor of myriad races. All the powerful beings hidden in the shadows were dumbfounded, gazing in disbelief at the calm, azure-robed figure still seated upon the meteorite. Mastery over time and space. Such terrifying control over the temporal realm. Who is he? When did humanity produce such an entity? The Lord of the Wolf, the Queen, and the Sovereign of Crystals could not withstand even a single blow. News spread like a storm, swiftly disseminated through the means of various races. The name of Li Wei, the master of time and space of the human race, reverberated for the first time in the circles of cosmic powerhouses. Li Wei paid no heed to the three defeated foes fleeing in disarray, nor did he concern himself with the astonished gazes surrounding him. He slowly rose, his eyes seemingly penetrating the endless void, gazing toward a deeper direction in the cosmic sea, where ancient and colossal intentions appeared to cast their gaze upon him due to the commotion. Now this is intriguing. A subtle smile graced Li Wei's lips. He understood that the true test and opportunity lay ahead. This display of power was merely the beginning. With a step, he melded into time and space, vanishing from the corridor of myriad races, leaving behind a profound silhouette to countless powerful beings. After this battle, all factions in the cosmic sea were compelled to reassess the strength and threat level of the human race. The master of time and space, Li Wei, officially entered the site of the peak powerhouses of the cosmic sea, and the reputation of humanity surged accordingly. Li Wei's journey had already begun to traverse into broader celestial realms. Chapter 90. A turnaround in desperation, swallowing the cosmic sea, 9,000 genes peering into the pathway. The swift suppression of the three cosmic sovereigns marked the rise of Li Wei's renown like a tempest sweeping across the cosmic sea. Yet, this was merely the beginning. Li Wei understood profoundly that true refinement and opportunity did not lie within the fringes, but rather in the perilous core realms that even the most formidable beings of the universe approached with caution. His next objective pointed directly toward one of the notorious hazards of the cosmic sea, the Spiral Water River. The Spiral Water River was not a genuine river, but a vast and boundless expanse, a peculiar territory formed by the convergence of countless chaotic water laws. Here, there was no solid ground, only an infinite torrent, where every droplet bore the weight of stars, capable of eroding divine bodies with its enigmatic currents. The waters surged with hidden undertows, rife with spatial rifts and temporal whirlpools, nurturing unique life forms and rare materials, with legends suggesting that priceless treasures might be concealed within the spiral water realm. The danger level here was exceedingly high. Ordinary masters of the universe dared not venture deep, yet correspondingly, the opportunities were even greater. Li Wei chose this place not only to further hone himself amidst the treacherous environment, but also to test whether he could lure forth greater prey, acquiring higher quality damage to nourish the system and ascend to a superior genetic tier. Employing temporal and spatial techniques, Li Wei traversed through layers of dimensions, swiftly arriving at the periphery of the Spiral Water River. As he gazed out, he beheld an endless murky ocean surging and roaring within the void, the sound of rushing water crashing against his senses. The river emitted a heart-stopping wave of corrosive law, making the very space around it highly unstable. Without a moment's hesitation, he stepped into the Spiral Water River. As he entered the river's domain, the terrifying waters struck like countless fine needles, assailing his divine body from all directions. This erosion was not merely a physical or energy assault. It embodied a power of decomposition and assimilation, stemming from the fundamental laws of water, sufficient to swiftly deplete the protective divine power of an ordinary master of the universe. Chaos Bell rise. With a thought, the ethereal form of the Chaos Bell manifested, its mysterious yellow light enveloping him, repelling the most ferocious currents and stabilizing the time and space within a 100-meter radius, rendering the chaotic waters relatively calm. System. Absorb and transform. The threads of corrosive power that penetrated the bell's defenses became the finest nourishment for the system. Absorb high-concentration water law erosion energy. analyze the structure of water's essence, and convert it into realm value and life gene optimization energy. As Li Wei endured the omnipresent environmental harm, he swam against the current, delving deeper into the spiral water river. His divine body, under the system's transformation, functioned as an efficient energy furnace, continuously converting external dangers into his own resources. Though his genetic tier ascended slowly, the foundation was steadily solidifying, and his comprehension of the water laws deepened day by day. Years later, he had ventured deep into the heart of the spiral water river. The waters here were even more ferocious, dark as ink, and the occasional whirlpools revealed shattered remnants of stars and the bones of unknown colossal beasts. The temporal and spatial chaos intensified, as a single misstep could transport him to perilous regions thousands of miles away. One day, while Li Wei was in a relatively calm stretch of the river, contemplating the temporal distortions inherent in the water, he suddenly heard a resonating hum. Two formidable and hostile intentions, akin to sharp swords, fiercely pierced through the tumultuous waves, locking onto him with unyielding precision. Immediately, the void before and behind him twisted, revealing two imposing figures radiating an overwhelming aura, effectively trapping him in between. In front stood a figure clad in a resplendent blue robe, with a handsome visage marked by a chilling murderous intent, surrounded by 9 swirling icy star crystals. He was a powerful cosmic lord of the Eye of God clan from the era of the first reincarnation, known as the Lord of Ice Eyes, whose strength was formidable enough to rank among the top tier of the 3rd level. Behind him loomed a robust figure, his skin resembling the hue of stone, wielding a massive axe with a wild and fierce presence. He was a renowned cosmic lord of the Skeleton clan, an ally of the Eye of God, known as the Lord of the Giant Axe, equally possessing 3rd-level combat prowess. Human, master of time and space, Li Wei. The voice of the Lord of Ice Eyes was cold, tinged with a hint of greed. As the intelligence indicated, you have ventured alone into perilous territory. Surrender the bell-shaped treasure upon you, along with the secrets of your rapid power augmentation, and perhaps I shall spare your life. The Lord of the Giant Axe thundered in a booming voice. Why waste words on him? Capture him, and everything shall naturally belong to us. He clearly harbored a deep-seated fear of Li Wei's demonstrated temporal abilities in the corridor of myriad races, eager for a swift resolution. Li Wei maintained a calm demeanor, though a shiver coursed through him. Facing 2 3rd-level cosmic lords in the treacherous environment of the swirling water river was a colossal pressure. Yet, rather than fear, he felt a sense of exhilaration. This was precisely the pressure he sought. Desire it? Come and take it, Li Wei replied with an unfazed tone. Seeking death. The Lord of the Giant Axe could no longer restrain himself, roaring as he swung his massive axe, cleaving through the heavy waves with terrifying power. Aiming directly at Li Wei, as the axe light passed, even the river waters of the swirling water river were momentarily parted. Simultaneously, the Lord of Ice Eyes acted. The 9 icy star crystals radiating blinding light, instantly enveloping the area in a domain of frost. An extreme chill spread forth, freezing the surrounding river waters and significantly constraining Li Wei's movement. Countless icy spears materialized out of thin air, raining down upon him like a torrential storm. A pincer attack and domain suppression. The coordination between the 2 seasoned 3rd-level cosmic lords was impeccable, unleashing a flurry of lethal maneuvers. Come at me. Li Wei's eyes sparkled with intensity, refusing to be complacent as he erupted with full force. Chaos Bell, manifest. Temporal Forbidden Domain, activate. Eternal Moment, shield me. With a resounding clang, the phantom of the Chaos Bell clearly emerged for the first time in the cosmic sea. The bell's chime resonated powerfully, and the mysterious yellow aura cascaded down, significantly counteracting the forces of the Frost Domain. Concurrently, the grayish temporal Forbidden Domain expanded outward from Li Wei, forcefully resisting the domain of the Lord of Ice Eyes while attempting to restrain the movements of the Lord of the Giant Axe. Li Wei himself was enveloped in a delicate ripple of time and space, the defensive form of his innate secret technique, Eternal Moment, ensuring he would not sustain fatal injuries amidst the fierce battle. Boom. Crash. The axe light of the Lord of the Giant Axe struck ferociously against the temporal Forbidden Domain, erupting in a cataclysmic roar. The domain shook violently but did not shatter, enduring the strike with unwavering resilience. The ice crystal spear wielded by the Lord of the Ice Eyes was largely deflected by the Chaos Bell, while the few that penetrated were instantaneously absorbed and transformed by the system. Li Wei's figure swayed, his blood and energy surging, as he struggled to contend with 2 third-tier powerhouses. Yet, his gaze grew increasingly sharp, and with a gesture as precise as a blade, he unleashed a beam of light imbued with the power of temporal and spatial severance, cleaving back towards the Giant Axe Demon Lord. The battle erupted in full force. The 3 cosmic lords engaged in a fierce and brutal clash deep within the swirling waters of the river. The radiance of their divine powers colliding illuminated the murky waters, while the ripples of interwoven laws stirred up tumultuous waves, awakening some terrifying entities lurking in the riverbed. Li Wei pushed his strength to the utmost, his manipulation of the laws of time and space becoming unpredictable. At times he accelerated for a surprise strike, and at others he decelerated for defense, occasionally attempting to disrupt time itself. The Chaos Bell vibrated repeatedly, fending off a majority of the attacks, while the system operated at full capacity, converting all impacts. The erosion of laws and the tremors of the soul into energy and genetic optimization resources at a frenzied pace. His genetic tier began to ascend at an unprecedented speed under such intense nourishment. 32,000 times, 35,000 times, 38,000 times. The Lord of the Ice Eyes and the giant axe demon lord grew increasingly alarmed as they fought. They realized that although Li Wei seemed to be at a disadvantage with fluctuations in his divine aura, his defenses were astonishingly robust. Their assaults felt as futile as a stone cast into the sea, hardly inflicting any substantial damage. Moreover, the opponent's aura appeared to deepen and thicken as the battle progressed. We cannot delay. Let us execute a combined attack. The Lord of the Ice Eyes commanded sharply. Their gazes met, and an unspoken understanding was reached in an instant. The 9 ice crystal stars of the Lord of the Ice Eyes resonated peculiarly with the giant axe of the giant axe demon lord, unleashing a wave of terrifying energy far exceeding their previous efforts. Divine Annihilation Strike. A gray-white beam of light, merging the ultimate chill with a ferocious destructive force, surged forth like a spear of obliteration, locking onto Li Wei and crashing down upon him. This strike's might approached that of a 4th-tier cosmic lord. It was their ultimate secret technique. Faced with this lethal blow, Li Wei sensed a life-threatening danger. He inhaled deeply, a glimmer of resolve flashing in his eyes. System. Chaos Bell. Assist me. He channeled all his divine power into the Chaos Bell, simultaneously lifting the system's restrictions on damage absorption, even actively guiding a touch of his connection to the realm of laws toward the impending destructive beam. With a thunderous roar, the cataclysmic energy engulfed Li Wei completely, leaving a colossal void in the swirling waters of the river. The Lord of the Ice Eyes and the giant axe demon lord gasped for breath, their faces betraying smug satisfaction. They believed that under this strike, Li Wei would either perish or be gravely injured. However, as the residual energy waves began to dissipate, their smiles froze in an instant. To their astonishment, Li Wei remained steadfast in his original position, his aura of profound yellow dimmed significantly. Yet his divine body appeared seemingly unscathed. Furthermore, the life force emanating from him had transformed, akin to having undergone a baptism, becoming more majestic, deeper, and closer to some perfect essence. Absorbing the incredibly potent mixed law attacks, he approached the threshold of the universe's most formidable beings. The optimization of his life's genetic structure reached an astonishing 40,000, 45,000, and ultimately 50,000 times. He delved into the mysteries of combined techniques, grasping fragments of energy fusion skills. His genetic level stabilized at an unprecedented 58,000 times. Li Wei slowly lifted his gaze, his eyes shimmering with the birth and death of galaxies, as if the cosmos itself had just awakened. He felt the surging, almost transformative divine power within him. Along with the horrifying genetic level nearing 60,000 times, an overwhelming sensation of strength surged through him. He glanced at the astonished Ice Eye Lord and the giant axe demon lord, a cold smirk gracing his lips. Have you had enough? Now it is my turn. As his words faded, an overwhelming aura, capable of sending tremors through the entire spiral river, erupted from Li Wei like a cosmic explosion. In that moment, his genetic level temporarily brushed against the threshold of 90,000 times. Although it was but a fleeting touch, the absolute suppression of life levels caused the souls of the 2 third-tier cosmic lords to tremble in fear. The Ice Eye Lord and the giant axe demon lord turned pale, their eyes filled with boundless terror and disbelief. A monster! We must flee. With no will to fight left, they turned to tear through space to escape. Yet, Li Wei would not grant them such mercy. Time and space, eternally confined, a domain of temporal and spatial restraint, magnified several times, enveloped the surroundings in an instant. This time, the Ice Eye Lord and the giant axe demon lord felt as if they were trapped like insects in amber, their thoughts nearly ceasing. Li Wei raised his hand, a finger infused with chaotic energy, seemingly slow yet arriving in an instant. Puff, puff. The 2 third-tier cosmic lords, who had traversed the cosmic seas for countless years, found their divine bodies shattering like fragile glass, along with their treasured artifacts, reduced to the most basic energy particles, entirely consumed by the surging spiral river. Deep within the spiral river, tranquility returned, with only the figure cloaked in azure standing alone, exuding an aura that commanded the submission of myriad beings. Following this battle, Li Wei's name would resonate among the pinnacle of the cosmic sea's existence. At last, his path of life evolution glimpsed a faint glimmer of the legendary realm of 100,000 times. Chapter 91. The Rules of 100,000 Genetic Transformation, a Dimensional Metamorphosis of the Microcosm. At the headquarters of the Virtual Universe Company, a realm that had borne witness to countless reversals of time, the atmosphere was charged with tension. The Chaos City Lord and the Giant Axe founder focused their thoughts firmly on the central figure clad in azure. Even they, beings of such caliber, could not suppress their rising emotions. What Li Wei sought to resurrect was not a cosmic sovereign, but rather the Lord of the Star River. who had fallen over 30 million epochs ago and had been one of the pillars of strength for the Virtual Universe Company. The backlash of rules from resurrecting a cosmic lord would far exceed that of reviving a sovereign by tenfold, 100-fold. This was beyond the imagination of an ordinary cosmic lord, a feat that defied the heavens. Li Wei, exercise utmost caution. In the past, the self-detonation of the Star River's miniature cosmic essence unleashed a profound web of causality, the backlash of which may far exceed expectations. The Lord of Chaos conveyed a warning. His tone unprecedentedly grave. Li Wei inclined his head slightly, his gaze as tranquil as still water. His choice of the Lord of the Star River stemmed from the unique nature of its demise. The ensuing rule backlash would be more ferocious, thus more advantageous for the system's absorption, propelling it toward the fabled 10,000-fold genetic tier. With bated breath, he adjusted his state to its zenith. Within his divine domain, the Chaos Bell resonated with a hum, the aura of profound yellow energy unusually dense, while the core of the system shimmered, prepared to consume everything. The genetic divine body, with a staggering magnitude of 58,000 times, held within each cell an immense reservoir of energy. Commence. Li Wei's eyes snapped open, as if two rivers of time and space flowed within them. The divine power of the Universe Lord erupted without reservation, invoking the supreme laws of time and space. As he raised his hands, the fabric of time and space before him twisted anew, reversing the flow of time. As a series of long-buried historical scenes flashed by at a rapid pace, the imagery ultimately crystallized upon a harrowing battlefield of abyssal proportions. A figure, radiant as the Star River itself, faced the inexhaustible horde of the Zerg matriarch, resolutely igniting its own miniature cosmic essence, unleashing a final brilliance that illuminated the entire battlefield, only to be consumed thereafter. Return. Li Wei's will was like a blade, forcefully slicing through the temporal node of the past, locking onto the true spirit of the Star River Lord on the verge of obliteration, and pulling back with great intensity. Thunderous roars echoed. This time, the fury of the primordial cosmic essence surpassed all previous instances. It was as if the very forces governing the universe converged here, transforming into a chaotic torrent of annihilation that would send shivers down the spine of any true god, the strongest beings in the cosmos. This torrent not only carried the power to amend temporal paradoxes, but also bore the ultimate will of existence, vowing to erase Li Wei, who repeatedly challenged the boundaries. Along with his meddlesome actions, from the fabric of reality, the void shattered inch by inch, and even the protective Lord of Chaos felt his own miniature universe tremble. Compelled to retreat several steps, astonishment etched in his eyes. Excellent. Li Wei, far from being dismayed, felt exhilarated. He let out a long, triumphant roar, unleashing the full extent of his three foundational powers. Chaos Bell, stabilize. System, consume. Divine body, endure. Clang. The ethereal shadow of the Chaos Bell solidified like never before, its resonant chime attempting to anchor the torrent of destruction. Yet, in an instant, the bell's shadow trembled violently, the profound yellow aura dimming slightly. The overwhelming majority of the backlash's rule power surged into Li Wei's body like a breached dam. Pain. An indescribable agony. It felt as if every cell, every fragment of his soul was crushed, reformed, and crushed anew by the primordial force of rules. The surface of his divine body became instantly marred with cracks, his breath rising and falling erratically. However, under this extreme duress, the potential of the system was ignited to unprecedented heights. The chaotic light resembled an abyss, voraciously consuming the incoming energy of rule backlash, absorbing the power of annihilation from the superlative rules, analyzing the structure of the supreme rules. The collapse and optimization of the genetic structure of life, amplified 60,000, 75,000, and 90,000 times. A warning. Energy overload. Approaching the critical point of life-form transition. By deciphering the fundamental rules, one comprehends the uniqueness of existence. Li Wei's will, amidst suffering, maintained an unwavering clarity, guiding this force to surge against the final barrier. He sensed a fundamental transformation in his life form, evolving not merely through a simple enhancement of genetic multiples, but toward a more primordial and perfect state. 99,900 times, 99,980 times, 99,999 times. Just one last push. Breakthrough. With a soul-stirring cry, Li Wei fused a fragment of the primordial resonance of chaos with the power of the system, manifesting a will akin to the creation of the universe, charging toward the invisible barrier. A crack, a glimpse. It was as if a certain boundary had been breached. At 100,000 times the genetic level, success. In that instant, Li Wei's body seemed to vanish, or perhaps transform into the very essence of the rules themselves. An infinite perfection, embodying the essence of rules, naturally emanated. He felt the acquisition of four distinct and formidable abilities. 1. Absolute control. Mastery over his divine power reached its zenith. With a mere thought, he could perfectly restrain his aura like that of a mortal, yet instantly unleash a destructive force capable of shaking the very stars. 2. Infinite creation. Harnessing his divine power, he could simulate or even create the vast majority of known forms of matter and energy in the universe, akin to the methods of a creator. 3. Ultimate pressure. A qualitative leap in life level imposed a fundamental hierarchical suppression on all life forms below 100,000 times. In this moment, even the Lord of Chaos, when faced with Li Wei, involuntarily felt a sense of awe and submission deep within his soul, making any thought of resistance difficult to muster. 4. Eternal Source. The quality of divine power reached unimaginable heights. With recovery capabilities nearing infinity, the ocean of divine energy seemed directly connected to his origin, nearly impossible to deplete. At the moment of achieving the 100,000 times genetic level, the overwhelming backlash of rules seemingly lost its target, becoming docile, thoroughly absorbed and transformed by the system, nourishing the consolidation of this supreme divine foundation. Ahead, the figure of the Lord of the Stars solidified, returning to the present with bewilderment and shock. This is... The Lord of the Stars felt the terrifying aura emanating from Li Wei, akin to a vast abyss or prison, almost like the embodiment of rules, leaving him momentarily speechless. The Lord of Chaos and the founder of the Great Axe were equally stunned into silence, having witnessed the birth of a legend. The 100,000 times genetic level, a realm spoken of only in the legends of ancient civilizations. Yet, the metamorphosis was not over. Just as Li Wei achieved the perfect 100,000 times genetic level, the dimensional space within him, which had opened upon his breakthrough to planetary level and expanded with each elevation, underwent an unprecedented transformation. This space, already comparable to a world ring at the level of the Boundary Lord, became even more vast and boundless after Li Wei's ascension to the Cosmic Sovereign. At this moment, it drew upon the supreme essence of Li Wei's life transitions and insights into the nature of order, embarking on its ultimate evolution. Boom. Li Wei's consciousness was completely immersed in this dimensional space. The boundaries of the space expanded wildly outward, surpassing the speed of light and transcending the limitations of time and space. Within, the elements of earth, water, fire, and wind surged forth. While the 8 fundamental laws of metal, wood, water, fire, earth, light, wind, and thunder spontaneously coalesced and transformed. The 2 superior laws of time and space intertwined, constructing a robust framework of time and space. Mountains rose from the ground, rivers flowed ceaselessly, and stars illuminated the firmament, a tangible and authentic miniature universe, possessing a complete system of laws, was being born and taking shape within Li Wei. It did not need to rely on the primitive structures of the cosmic sea to create with great difficulty, as other true gods did. Instead, it directly rooted itself in the essence of Li Wei's life, perfectly coexisting with his 100,000-fold genetic divine body, manifesting as his embodiment of order. The diameter of this miniature universe, bolstered by the 100,000-fold gene, reached an unprecedented theoretical limit of 10 billion light-years. Its structural integrity and the perfection of its laws far exceeded those of ordinary miniature universes belonging to true gods. Ascending to the level of a true god was a natural progression. Li Wei's will became, without question, the source of this miniature universe's essence. His divine power surged instantaneously, completing the ultimate metamorphosis from the master of the universe to the strongest being in the cosmos, true God. Simultaneously, his self-created secret technique, temporal and spatial forbidden domain, effortlessly broke through its bottleneck and ascended to the level of a true cosmic strongest, true God, technique. Empowered by the essence of the miniature universe's will and a deeper comprehension of the laws of time and space, the magnitude of its power was incomparable. Li Wei slowly opened his eyes, and the void naturally submitted to his gaze. He felt the vastness of the miniature universe within him and the mastery of order brought forth by the 100,000-fold genetic level, and his heart was at peace. At this moment, he stood truly at the pinnacle of the cosmic sea. Congratulations to the Lord of Time and Space for ascending to the realm of true gods and achieving the legendary 100,000-fold gene. The Lord of Chaos and the founder of the Giant Axe approached, their words imbued with sincere congratulations and a hint of reverence. The resurrected Lord of the Galaxy also understood the preceding events and bowed deeply. Li Wei nodded slightly, his gaze seemingly penetrating layers of space. Peering into the depths of the cosmic sea, the realm of true gods was merely a new starting point. He calmly stated that it was time to settle some old scores. The karmic ties of Earth, the origins of the Chaos Bell, the ultimate mysteries of the system, and even the calamity of the boundary beasts threatening the entire cosmic sea would all be revealed one by one before the true God Li Wei. His dimensional miniature universe would serve as the most steadfast foundation for his future conquests. Chapter 92. The True God's initial cry dreads all races. A snap of the fingers annihilates the ancestors and settles the universe. At the headquarters of the Virtual Universe Company, the news of Li Wei achieving the 100,000-fold gene True God and the birth of a miniature universe with a diameter of 10 billion light-years within him was strictly confined to a select few at the core of the human race. This news was so shocking that, if it were to spread, it would undoubtedly trigger unprecedented upheaval in the cosmic sea. However, when Li Wei ascended to the realm of the true deity, the undeniable fluctuations of his life essence, which transcended that of ordinary true deities, rippled through the cosmos like a colossal stone cast upon a tranquil lake, alerting many of the universe's pinnacle beings. This was particularly true for the demon, insect, and machine alliances, who harbored long-standing grievances against humanity. Li Wei's prior actions in the Myriad Races corridor and the swirling waters had already led them to regard this newly risen master of time and space as a significant threat. Now, sensing this alarming wave of breakthrough, they could no longer remain passive. They could not allow humanity to gain another such terrifying true deity. It was imperative to eliminate him at all costs before his newly attained realm stabilized. In the cosmic sea, far from the three great forbidden zones, lay the desolate void known as the Fallen Star Realm, a fragmented star domain where time and space were in turmoil, often serving as a battleground for personal vendettas and epic confrontations. On this day, the void trembled as two colossal wills descended, stirring the winds and clouds. Following them was a dreamlike, serpentine silver palace, the Dream Ancestor domain, and a massive blood-red battle axe exuding a fierce and ominous aura, the Blood Axe Palace, both of which tore through the void, revealing their majestic forms. The two pinnacle true deities of the demon race, the Dream Demon Ancestor and the Tremor Demon Ancestor, had arrived in their true forms. Subsequently, the shadowy figure of the Insect Queen and the outline of the machine race's father deity appeared, though they seemed more focused on observing and applying pressure rather than revealing their full strength immediately. It was evident that the demons were the primary force behind this operation. Li Wei of humanity, step forth to meet your demise. The roar of the Tremor Demon Ancestor shattered countless shattered stars around them. As the blood-red axe pointed ominously toward the void, its malevolence reaching the heavens, a mere newly ascended true deity dares to repeatedly provoke our demon race's majesty. Today marks your downfall. The voice of the Dream Demon Ancestor, ethereal and enchanting, carried an even colder tone. Master of time and space, your potential is disquieting. Alas, you should not have revealed yourself so soon. Crushing genius is what we relish the most. The two veteran true deities joined forces, their combined might overwhelming, causing the very fabric of time and space in the Fallen Star Realm to seem to wail in despair. In the shadows, countless powerful beings of the cosmic sea closely observed this impending clash of titans, all eager to witness what capabilities this enigmatic human true deity possessed. To warrant the personal intervention of the two venerable demon ancestors, the void fell into silence for a moment. Then, a figure clad in a green robe appeared silently before the Dream Demon Ancestor and the Tremor Demon Ancestor, as if he had always been there. It was none other than Li Wei. His aura was restrained, akin to that of an ordinary mortal, yet when his calm gaze swept over the two demon ancestors, they inexplicably felt a primal tremor from their very essence, as if scrutinized by a being of a higher echelon. Is it just you? Li Wei spoke, his voice steady, yet imbued with an undeniable authority. Arrogant. The Tremor Demon Ancestor, filled with fury, ceased to engage in further conversation, suddenly cleaving the air with the blood axe. Receive my blood slaughter of the 10,000 realms. A massive blood-red axe shadow, spanning across the starry sky, coalesced, imbued with the ferocity of annihilation, reducing the space it traversed to its most basic particle flow. Its might was formidable enough to effortlessly cleave through a small universe. This is the renowned ultimate skill of the Demon Lord of Tremors, a pinnacle secret technique at the divine level. Simultaneously, the Dream Demon Lord has also made her move. Her sinuous serpentine form undulates as the intangible power of dreams spreads, attempting to ensnare Li Wei in an endless abyss of illusions, distorting his soul's judgment. Descend into decay within the eternal dreamscape. The two divine beings unite, one wielding brute physical force and the other employing soul-altering illusions. Their synergy formidable enough to plunge any newly ascended deity into utter despair. Faced with this earth-shattering assault, Li Wei merely raised his right hand with a gentle motion. He did not summon the chaos bell behind him, nor did he deploy the projection of a miniature universe. With fingers outstretched, he simply grasped at the incoming Crimson Axe shadow and the encroaching dream force, uttering a single word, disperse. With his command, the absolute control and affinity for the rules bestowed by his 100,000-fold genetic level manifested in full splendor. At the moment he spoke the word disperse, the terrifying Crimson Axe shadow, capable of annihilating star systems, appeared to encounter its nemesis. The violent laws within it instantly collapsed, its energy structure disintegrating like grains of sand swept away by the wind, vanishing silently into the void. Moreover, the omnipresent dream force, upon nearing a certain radius around Li Wei, melted away as if snow meeting the warmth of spring, utterly incapable of penetrating even a fraction of his soul. What? This is impossible. Both the Dream Demon Lord and the Tremor Demon Lord exclaimed in disbelief, their eyes wide with incredulity. The divine-level attacks they unleashed with all their might had been so effortlessly dispelled by this individual. This exceeded their understanding of divine power entirely. The rules, the command of words, how could it reach such heights? The Dream Demon Lord's voice trembled as she realized something was amiss. The life level of this human deity appeared frightfully superior. This being was enigmatic and invincible. Retreat. The Tremor Demon Lord acted decisively, immediately igniting his divine power, urging the Blood Axe Palace to tear through space and escape. The Dream Demon Lord also responded, the domain of dreams radiating with silver light, seeking to flee. Now you wish to escape? It is too late. Li Wei's gaze turned icy. He needed to establish authority, to solidify the absolute standing of humanity in the cosmic sea, and to verify the true strength of the 100,000-fold genetic deity. The two ancient demon ancestors were the perfect testing stones. With a mere thought, he did not employ any complex secret techniques, but simply summoned a minuscule fraction of the primordial force from his miniature universe, which spanned billions of light years in diameter. In conjunction with the ultimate pressure of his 100,000-fold genetic power, suppress an invisible yet palpable force, seemingly derived from the fundamental rules of the universe, instantly enveloped the Dream Demon Lord and the Tremor Demon Lord. The two ancient demon ancestors were horrified to discover that their surroundings were entirely locked in time and space. Even the act of burning divine power becoming immensely arduous. More terrifying was the overwhelming sense of fear stemming from an absolute disparity in life levels. Flooding over there like a tidal wave. In the face of this pressure, they felt as insignificant as ants, struggling to muster even the thought of resistance. This was an absolute crushing of life rank. No, the ancestor of the demon clan emitted a desperate howl. Li Wei, with fingers poised like a sword, gently sliced at the struggling forms of the two ancient demon ancestors. This seemingly languid motion concealed the ultimate truths of time and space, as well as the boundless creative and destructive powers intrinsic to 100,000 times the strength of divine genes. A slender, chaotic thread traversed the void. There were no earth-shattering explosions, nor dazzling lights. The massive serpent body of the Dream Demon Ancestor and the towering figure of the Shock Demon Ancestor, along with their famed treasures, the Dream Domain and the Blood Axe Palace, were obliterated as if erased by an eraser, vanishing from the molecular and atomic levels. Returning to the primal chaos of the cosmic sea, the two peak true gods of the demon race, who had traversed the cosmic sea through countless cycles, were thus completely annihilated, their essence extinguished. The entire process transpired in the blink of an eye. All lurking thoughts in the shadows fell abruptly silent. Whether it was the insect queen, the mechanical patriarch, or other ancient beings lying in wait through the cycles of time, all were engulfed in profound shock and terror. To annihilate two peak true gods in an instant? What astounding power was this? How could a being at the pinnacle of the universe possess such might? Li Wei stood alone in the void, his azure robe billowing gently, as if he had merely accomplished a trivial task. His gaze swept across the depths of the void, causing those hidden thoughts to scatter like frightened rabbits. The true gods of the demon clan had been vanquished. From this day forth, within the cosmic sea, any who dared to infringe upon the territory of humanity would meet the same fate. His voice, calm yet resonant with the authority of ultimate law, penetrated the consciousness of every pinnacle existence in the cosmic sea, conveying an undeniable gravitas and warning. Following this battle, the name of Li Wei, the true god of time and space, would resonate throughout the universe like a primordial mountain, suppressing the entire era of the cosmic sea. The prestige of humanity would reach an unprecedented zenith. A new era belonging to Li Wei and humanity had officially commenced. Chapter 93, Divine Might Like a Mountain. Suppressing the universe, all races submit to the new epoch. The aftershocks of the instant annihilation of the two demon ancestors had yet to subside. Yet the renown of Li Wei, the true god of time and space, had already swept through every corner of the cosmic sea like an invisible storm. Former enemies of humanity were plunged into an unprecedented state of panic and silence, while within the territory of humanity, there was jubilation and anticipation. Seated within the temple of the virtual cosmic company headquarters, Li Wei's aura had completely retracted, appearing no different from an ordinary mortal. Only the occasional flicker of his eyes reflected a profound luminosity, seemingly capable of mirroring the rise and fall of all realms and the cycles of time and space. The life-altering transformation brought about by 100,000 times the perfection of genetic levels rendered his every movement subtly aligned with the fundamental rules of the universe. At that moment, a special communication request arrived through the virtual cosmic network, marked as originating from the Galactic Lord, Luo Feng. Li Wei's thoughts stirred slightly as he accepted the call. Luo Feng's holographic image materialized, his face bearing a hint of apology and determination. Senior Li Wei. Luo Feng respectfully bowed, and despite his status as the Galactic Lord with cosmic-level combat prowess, he maintained the decorum of a junior in the presence of Li Wei, who had effortlessly annihilated true gods, and he expressed his regret for disturbing the senior's quietude. I am about to embark on a long-term retreat into a secret realm, during which I may be unable to communicate with the outside world for an estimated span of 6,000 years. The only concern weighing on my heart is my homeland on Earth and my kin. I earnestly request that, in my absence, you, esteemed elder, watch over them on my behalf. Upon hearing this, Li Wei understood perfectly. He was aware that the so-called secret realm training referred to the master recognition trial of the divine artifact, the Star Tower. In the original narrative, Luo Feng endured nearly 7,000 years of hardship, teetering on the brink of soul collapse multiple times before ultimately succeeding. During this period, the Luo family indeed faced harassment from various forces due to the loss of their mainstay. Rest assured, Li Wei said, looking at Luo Feng with a calm, yet undeniably authoritative tone. With me here, neither Earth nor the Luo family shall be disturbed. Focus on your training. I eagerly await the day of your emergence, when your strength will have undoubtedly multiplied. With Li Wei's promise. A look of profound relief spread across Luo Feng's face as he bowed deeply once more, his ethereal form gradually dissipating. Luo Feng understood that the assurance from one who could extinguish even the ancestors of the demon race with a mere snap of his fingers was far more reliable than any protective treasure. Once he had attended to Luo Feng's request, Li Wei's consciousness received a joint invitation from the Lord of Chaos City and the founder of the Giant Axe. In the next moment, his thoughts arrived at the Hall of Gods in the core of the virtual universe. Around the round table, the Lord of Chaos City, the founder of the Giant Axe, and nearly all the cosmic lords of the human race had gathered. At this moment, all eyes converged upon Li Wei, filled with awe, excitement, and curiosity. Li Wei, the founder of the Giant Axe, proclaimed with a booming voice, brimming with uncontainable exhilaration. You have vanquished the Dream Demon ancestor and shaken the foundations of the Demon Clan. This battle has reverberated throughout the cosmos. With the top combatants of the demon race severely diminished, the Insect Clan and Machine Clan are now filled with trepidation. The morale of our human army is at its zenith. After conferring with Chaos, we believe the time for a counteroffensive may have arrived. The Lord of Chaos City, surrounded by swirling energies, interjected, indeed. The cosmic sea operates under the eternal law of the survival of the fittest. In the past, our human race was supported by the original ancestors, and later by the Giant Axe, which allowed us to stand at the pinnacle. Now that you have emerged, your strength surpasses even our wildest imaginations. This shift presents a rare opportunity to fundamentally alter the dynamics of the cosmic sea and pave the way for lasting peace for our human race. The various cosmic lords, though they had anticipated this, could not help but feel their hearts surge with excitement. A counteroffensive against the three leading clans was a grand vision long coveted by the powerful of the human race, yet seldom dared to pursue. Li Wei's gaze swept across each pillar of the human race present, noticing their eyes filled with longing and a trace of caution regarding the impending battle. He began to speak, his voice calm, yet imbued with the gravitas of cosmic decree. It is not a matter of perhaps, but of inevitability. The second ancestor of the demon race has fallen, and there are no other peak true gods within their ranks, creating a significant gap in their high-end combat power. The Insect Queen and the Machine Father, after this encounter, have lost their courage and will not dare to confront our human race head-on in the near future. If we do not act now, when shall we? Pausing slightly, he continued, his words sending shockwaves through all present. Our objective should not merely be to repel or plunder. Rather, we must utterly seize the core territories of the Insect Clan, Demon Clan, and Machine Clan, uprooting their forces entirely and incorporating them into our human domain. As for the cosmic lords of these three clans, any who resist shall be enslaved. As for the other forces within the cosmic sea, including those solitary powerhouses, they are presented with two choices: either submit and join the alliance led by our human race, or be expelled from the cosmic sea. To enslave the masters of the universe? A certain master could not help but gasp in shock. This method is far more arduous and ruthless than outright killing. Once implemented, it would undoubtedly cause a tremendous uproar. Why not? Li Wei gazed at him, his eyes profound. The law of the universe dictates survival of the fittest. When they once oppressed our human race, did they show any mercy? To enslave them would not only eliminate future threats, but also fortify our human race's strength to confront potentially greater calamities. Although he did not explicitly mention the beast of the realm, his words carried a warning. In extraordinary times, one must employ extraordinary measures. Our vision must extend further. The founder of the Great Axe's eyes sparkled with intensity as he struck the stone table emphatically. Excellent. Let it be as Li Wei proposes. Our human race has remained silent for far too long. It is time for the cosmic sea to recognize who truly reigns over these realms. The Lord of Chaos also nodded slowly, the air around him stabilizing, signifying his unwavering resolve. Strategically, we should first concentrate our forces to conquer the demon race. With their true gods lost, they are leaderless and thus most vulnerable. The will of the insectoids and mechanical races to resist will undoubtedly crumble further upon witnessing this. Simultaneously, with Li Wei at the helm, we shall issue a proclamation to the entire cosmic sea, establishing our regulations. Agreed. Li Wei nodded. The announcement shall be made immediately. The counteroffensive will be under the full command of the Great Axe's founder and you. Should there be any resistance from true god-level beings, I will intervene personally. With the decision made, an invisible air of impending doom began to permeate the virtual cosmos, spreading throughout the entire cosmic sea. Soon after, a declaration imbued with supreme will, akin to an ultimate decree of regulation, forcefully pierced through layers of time and space, resonating within the very souls of every supreme being and master of the universe in the cosmic sea. I, the true god of time and space, Li Wei, representing the human race, hereby declare, the demon race, insect race, and mechanical race have repeatedly infringed upon the territories of the human race. Their actions warrant extermination. From this day forth, the human race shall reclaim all lost lands and seize the territories of the three races as our own. The masters of the three races. Those who surrender may preserve their lives. Those who resist shall be enslaved. Other forces within the cosmic sea, solitary beings. must make their choices within a limited time. Submit to the human alliance, follow our commands, and you shall receive protection and the opportunity for coexistence. Otherwise, you will be regarded as enemies of the human race, with consequences to bear. This decree takes effect immediately. Those who defy it shall face complete annihilation. This proclamation is simple, direct, and overwhelmingly authoritative. There is no room for negotiation, filled with an undeniable resolve. The entire cosmic sea fell into a deathly silence, which soon transformed into a tumultuous undercurrent. Within the territories of the human race, countless star systems rejoiced, brimming with martial spirit. Ships of war, long prepared, and warriors, eager for battle, began to assemble like a rising tide, orchestrated by the great Axis founder and the Lord of Chaos, dispersing in multiple directions like countless sharp swords, piercing deep into the heart of the demon race. Inside the demon race, a scene of doom unfolded. The news of the demise of two ancestors had been confirmed. And now, with the human army encroaching upon them, the proclamation rang like a funeral bell. Some formidable members of the demon clan have succumbed to madness, desiring mutual destruction, while others have begun to plot their escape, even covertly conveying messages of allegiance to the human race. Stripped of their top-tier combat prowess, this vast pinnacle clan has become nothing more than a disorganized assembly. The hive of the insect queen and the core of the mechanical father fell into a long silence the moment the proclamation echoed. They sensed the profound power embedded within that declaration, far beyond their comprehension. It was a suffocating awareness stemming from an absolute disparity in life hierarchy. Resistance? To confront an entity capable of effortlessly annihilating the dream demon ancestor and the tremor demon ancestor is tantamount to suicide. Escape? Where could one flee within the cosmic sea? Some factions that had previously maintained amicable or neutral relations with humanity, such as the Celestial Beast Alliance and the Northern Frontier Alliance, found their highest authorities in a state of shock, hastily convening urgent discussions. Li Wei's proclamation signified not merely a challenge to the three great clans, but heralded a complete restructuring of the cosmic sea's order. Surrender or death. This is a brutal, yet unavoidable choice. Meanwhile, some solitary cosmic powerhouses felt unprecedented frustration and anger. Accustomed to freedom, they now found themselves compelled to bow to the human race. Yet, upon contemplating Li Wei's terrifying strength, all their fury dissolved into a profound sense of helplessness. The leaders of other major human factions, such as the Cosmic Mercenary Alliance, cast aside any lingering differences and united closely around the newly established order centered on the Virtual Universe Company, as they envisioned an unprecedented, glorious future for humanity. Li Wei's declaration had already set in motion the gears of fate for the entire cosmic sea. He remained seated within the temple, seemingly indifferent to the upheaval outside. However, his consciousness had expanded like an invisible net, enveloping the demon territory and pinpointing several stubborn cosmic sovereigns. Those obstinate in their defiance shall serve as the offerings for the resurgence of humanity and the dawn of a new era, he murmured softly. With a single step, his figure vanished within the temple. A new round of bloodshed and a more profound upheaval had officially begun, heralded by the personal intervention of the god of time and space. An irrevocably new era of the cosmic sea, led by humanity, had arrived. Chapter 94. The Convergence of the Universe. The flames of war extinguished, securing the sacred grounds. The proclamation of the god of time and space, Li Wei, resonated like the final hammer of judgment, establishing the tone for the new era of the cosmic sea. Those who resisted faced merciless retribution, while the astute found opportunities for survival and growth within the new order. The demon territories, where several star domains continued to resist, became prime targets for Li Wei to assert his authority. He did not mobilize an army, he merely descended in his true form. In the Sirius star domain, fiercely defended by three cosmic sovereigns of the demon clan, Li Wei's figure appeared beyond the stars. Faced with a defensive line fortified by billions of demon warships and layered with formidable prohibitive laws, he simply extended a finger. At his fingertip, a spark of chaotic light coalesced. In the next instant, the light spread, like mercury flowing effortlessly, silently enveloping the entire star domain. It was the temporal and spatial forbidden domain, now ascended to the level of a true deity. Within the domain, time and space have been utterly frozen. The roaring warships of the demon race, the dazzling blasts of energy, the fierce warriors of the demon clan, and even the three cosmic sovereigns desperately attempting to ignite their divine forms are all as if captured in amber, suspended in the moment before, their thoughts completely stilled. Li Wei strolls through this scene as if wandering in his own garden. He approaches the three demon cosmic sovereigns, and his formidable will directly penetrates their imprisoned soul cores, leaving behind an indelible mark of absolute subservience. The entire process is executed with a casual finesse, untouched by any dust. When the temporal and spatial forbidden domain dissipates, the Sirius domain has already changed hands, with the three demon cosmic sovereigns vacantly trailing behind Li Wei, transformed into his most loyal servants. Such a spectacle unfolds simultaneously at other strongholds of the demon race, where Li Wei either crushes with overwhelming power or enslaves through supreme means, and wherever he goes, resistance crumbles into nothingness. The backbone of the demon race has been utterly shattered. the insect queen and the mechanical deity. Upon receiving precise intelligence regarding Li Wei's thunderous methods and directly experiencing the unassailable pressure of his will, ultimately choose to submit. They do not surrender directly to the human race, but instead lead a portion of their core factions to abandon vast territories cultivated over countless epochs, retreating to some extremely remote and barren corners of the cosmic sea, declaring their borders closed and withdrawing from the struggle for supremacy in the cosmic ocean. This represents a form of veiled exile and subservience, aimed at preserving the continuation of their race. For the other forces in the cosmic sea, Li Wei's declaration proves to be decisive. The ancient beast god of the Starry Beast Alliance personally travels to the human domain to sign an alliance contract with the founder of the Giant Axe and the Lord of Chaos, acknowledging the human race as the leader. Lesser factions, such as the Northern Alliance, hastily send envoys expressing their willingness to join the human-centric alliance of the cosmic sea, adhering to the new order established by humanity. Some solitary cosmic powerhouses, like the Mountain Recluse, who already has a complex relationship with humanity and differing objectives, choose to remain silent observers, accepting the new arrangement as long as their interests are not infringed upon. A few rebellious individuals, attempting to challenge the established rules, are swiftly subdued by Li Wei, who merely gestures to expose a crack in their small cosmic barriers, compelling them to obediently submit and relinquish a fragment of their soul mark as a token of allegiance. In a remarkably brief span of mere centuries in cosmic sea time, the chaotic wars that have persisted through countless cycles swiftly calm down at a bewildering pace. An unprecedented unified order emerges, with the human race as the absolute leader, the Starry Beast Alliance as a crucial ally, and other factions increasingly aligning themselves. The human domain experiences an unparalleled expansion, resources flow abundantly, and fortunes reach their zenith. The leaders of the human race, such as the founder of the Giant Axe and the Lord of Chaos, are preoccupied with integrating new territories, soothing subordinate powers, and establishing a new ruling structure. The entire race revels in an atmosphere of flourishing prosperity. However, seated within the temple of the Virtual Universe Company headquarters, Li Wei remains unperturbed by the triumph before him. His gaze pierces through the current tumult of the cosmic sea, directed towards realms far beyond. Achieving 100,000-fold genetic divinity, he perfectly evolved a miniature universe within himself, allowing him to perceive the intricate causal threads of the cosmic sea with remarkable clarity. He understood well that the depths of the cosmic sea were far greater than they appeared on the surface. On this day, Li Wei, the founder of the Great Axe, and the Lord of Chaos convened in the core of Li Wei's miniature universe. This place, with its complete laws and stable spacetime, served as a thoroughly secure venue for discussion. While the overall situation of the cosmic sea had begun to stabilize, internal strife remained unresolved. Li Wei spoke candidly, his gaze sweeping over the Great Axe and Chaos, two great sacred universes that had transcended reincarnation and existed for countless eras, their profound depths immeasurable. In particular, the sacred land of the Purple Moon, as I perceive it, harbors deep-seated apprehension, if not outright hostility, towards our human race, especially towards the promising descendants among us. The Lord of Chaos nodded gravely, affirming, indeed, the sacred land of the Purple Moon has always acted with tyranny, often hindering the rise of our human lineage. Though the Eastern Emperor's sacred land appears somewhat aloof, it should not be underestimated. These two sacred lands hang over our race like a sword, seemingly innocuous. Yet their potential for devastation at a critical moment is unimaginable. The founder of the Great Axe furrowed his brow. However, the existence of these two sacred universes spans an extensive duration, with numerous masters within, further fortified by the essence of their sacred realms, making them exceedingly difficult to breach. Even with your capabilities, Li Wei, a direct assault would likely incur significant costs. Li Wei smiled subtly, his expression radiating absolute confidence and cold resolve. It is not a matter of a forceful attack, but of reckoning. To fend off external threats, one must first secure internal stability. Although the crisis of the boundary beasts has yet to manifest, there are signs in the ether that foretell a great calamity ahead. We cannot permit those with ulterior motives, who might strike from behind at a pivotal moment, to linger in our midst. He paused before continuing. Moreover, the two sacred universes have amassed countless resources, treasures, and legacies over numerous epochs. Should we manage to acquire them, it would elevate our human race to unprecedented heights, enabling us to cultivate more formidable warriors to face the impending changes. This course of action is indispensable. Sensing the resoluteness in Li Wei's tone, the Great Axe and Chaos exchanged glances, each recognizing the unwavering determination reflected in the other's eyes. With a pillar like Li Wei supporting them, humanity indeed had the confidence to overcome all obstacles. Very well. In that case, let us strike first at the sacred land of the Purple Moon, proclaimed the founder of the Great Axe with grand ambition. Should the Eastern Emperor's sacred land show prudence, it may be spared. If they remain obstinate, they too shall face reckoning, the Lord of Chaos added. With the strategy established, their actions were swift as lightning. Li Wei did not rally an army. Instead, he ventured forth alone. With a single step, he traversed the endless chaotic currents and arrived at the immense cosmic membrane of the sacred land of the Purple Moon. This universe, having endured countless cycles, boasted an incredibly resilient membrane and a robust cosmic structure, its essence formidable. As Li Wei's terrifying aura descended, unmasked and akin to that of a primordial beast, the entire sacred land of the Purple Moon trembled. Countless masters of the universe and immortal deities gazed in fear towards the expanse beyond. The current decision-makers of the sacred land turned pale, fully aware that the figure before them was none other than the Harbinger of Doom, who had effortlessly eradicated the two progenitors of the demon race. A true god of spacetime. This place is the sacred ground established by the ancestor of the Purple Moon, transcending the worldly realm, maintaining a harmonious separation from the human race. Why do you invade our domain? A supreme ruler of the Purple Moon's sacred land feigned calmness, his voice resonating through the cosmic membrane. Li Wei, however, found it beneath him to engage in trivial conversation. Suspended in the void, he slowly raised his right hand. The power of the miniature cosmic origin within him, spanning a diameter of 10 billion light-years, surged forth. Godly power, 10,000 times perfected at the genetic level, coalesced at his fingertips, invoking the ultimate laws of time and space. A harmonious separation? The thoughts of the Purple Moon ancestor may elude others, but not me. Today, I shall eradicate any future threats to humanity. As his words faded, Li Wei pointed decisively. Break. There was no dazzling radiance, no thunderous roar. Instead, a stream of chaos, as fine as a needle, yet imbued with absolute destruction and the ability to pierce through time and space, struck the impenetrable membrane of the Purple Moon's sacred land's universe. Crack, crack. From that singular point, countless fissures spread like a spider's web, swiftly enveloping the cosmic membrane over a vast expanse of millions of miles. The once unyielding shell that sustained the Purple Moon's sacred land crumbled under Li Wei's finger, which contained the force of cosmic rules, as fragile as an eggshell. No, ancestor, save me. Within the sacred land, a chorus of desperate wails arose. With a mere thought, Li Wei's immense consciousness surged into the fissures like a tide, instantly locking onto the core essence of the entire sacred universe and the presence of all cosmic rulers. Suppression. The divine level, temporal and spatial forbidden domain, expanded, enveloping the entirety of the Purple Moon's sacred universe. All who dared to resist were rendered immobile by the power of space and time. Enslavement. A formidable wolf forcefully invaded the souls of the imprisoned cosmic rulers, leaving indelible marks. As for the infinite resources, treasures, and legacies accumulated by the Purple Moon's sacred land, Li Wei directly harnessed the power of his miniature universe, voraciously absorbing them in vast quantities into his own cosmic realm. The entire plundering process was efficient and merciless. Once transcendent, the Purple Moon's sacred land declared its demise in a single day. The ancestor of the Purple Moon, he had long departed for the origin continent, utterly oblivious to this calamity. Upon learning of the Purple Moon's sacred land's dire state, the Eastern Emperor's sacred land reached out to Li Wei, expressing absolute neutrality and even offering to contribute some of their resources as a gesture of goodwill, seeking only to preserve their sacred legacy. Recognizing their prudence, Li Wei chose not to pursue further, but left a monitoring mark within their cosmic essence. After eliminating internal threats and collecting an immeasurable bounty of resources, Li Wei did not pause. With a mere thought, he returned to Earth. At that moment, Earth had transformed into a sanctuary for humanity and the entire cosmic sea, thriving immensely due to the presence of Luo Feng and Li Wei. Li Wei appeared directly at the residence of his parents, Li Yao and Venina. Little Wei? Upon seeing their son suddenly materialize, Li Yao and Venina were filled with astonishment and joy. Though they knew their son had become one of the mightiest beings in the cosmic sea, the longing from their prolonged separation was palpable. Father, mother. Li Wei's visage radiated a gentle smile, a rare display of genuine emotion reserved for his family. Gazing upon his parents, he reflected on the countless resources he had expended to extend their lives and enhance their capabilities. Yet, their innate potential remained constrained, stagnating at the Realm Lord level. Struggling to break through, the cosmic sea was on the brink of a monumental shift. Although Earth was a haven, it was not impervious to danger. With solemnity, Li Wei declared his intent to bring his parents, along with the benevolent kin who wished to follow him, into his own miniature universe. This sanctuary would be governed by perfected laws, offering a superior environment and absolute safety. Naturally, Li Yao and Venina placed unwavering trust in their son, nodding in agreement without hesitation. Furthermore, Li Wei continued, he possessed the capability to reconstruct the foundational essence of their lives, elevating their very beings. While he could not directly impart the understanding of laws leading to immortality, he could at least assist them in ascending to the pinnacle of the Realm Lord level, granting them a prolonged lifespan to savor existence and comprehend the cosmos. With that, Li Wei extended his hands, gently resting them upon his parents' heads. The divine power of 100,000 times the genetic level, combined with his profound understanding of the laws of life and the myriad sources of life essence gleaned from the system, transformed into the most gentle and primal energy, gradually infusing his parents' bodies. Under this force, the cellular structures, genetic sequences, and the very essence of their souls began to undergo a profound optimization and reorganization. The barriers of their life levels were effortlessly breached, and their vitality surged, ascending from Realm Lord to the pinnacle of Level 1, Level 2, and finally Level 9. The entire process unfolded seamlessly, devoid of any suffering, instead enveloping them in a warmth and comfort reminiscent of returning to the womb. Simultaneously, Li Wei dedicated his resources and efforts to usher a group of amiable Earthlings and their families into his miniature universe, designating a vast and fertile star domain for their habitation and growth, while establishing a protective haven. Observing his parents in this new environment, reunited with old neighbors and friends, their faces illuminated with expressions of tranquility and joy, their life force vibrant as the morning sun, Li Wei felt a surge of warmth and satisfaction within. On the path of cultivation, safeguarding loved ones is indeed a vital aspect. This act not only provided security for those behind him, but also rendered his own path of enlightenment more harmonious and transparent. With the rear secured and resources abundant, Li Wei's gaze shifted once more towards the depths of the cosmic sea. The next endeavor was to consolidate resources and wholeheartedly elevate the collective strength of humanity.